Today, we're... wasn't late, chat. I wasn't late. I made it by fractions of a second. It was still 9 o'clock. Don't start with me. Don't give me lip this Goose Morning live. All right? You little rascals. Chat, what are we thinking about the new layout? The new camera? Woo! Look how HD I look. Now when I dance, you can really, really see the pores on my skin. God. Chat, look at your chats. Real quick. Look at your chat. Also, the camera's flipped. We did it. We did it. We have the technology. The camera's flipped, ladies and gentlemen. The camera is flipped. It is 2024. It took us 7 months, but we finally flipped the camera. My goodness. I look like I got like a sepia filter, you know what I mean? Like I'm coming right out of a film. Giving you blue magnum. You guys remember that? Yeah, I just figured, first off, Goose Morning. I just, like, here's the thing, chat. Here's the thing. I wanted the stream layout at the start when we first started doing this. I wanted, volume control, cameraman, volume control. I wanted the stream layout to be very like relaxing and chill, like chill vibes, you know what I mean? Whenever I first started, I just wanted to get into the action. Just give y'all a good stream. But then as things started going on, I was like, well, this isn't like my style. Like the XQC, the Asmongold, like basically the ghetto camera, and it's just not my thing. So I was like, I just want this to look pretty. I like when things look pretty. So I decided, hey, let's get the camera set up. Let's reuse the oh my goodness, exposed. Exposed. You can see me. Exposed. I was like, let's get the camera set up so we can reuse stuff for the YouTube videos. So that way everything looks like the same quality. Now, Goose has to set up his frickin' shelf back there. I built that thing like 2 months ago and it's just like all over the place. Asmin and XQC wish they were Goose-tastic. Asmin, XQC, we love you. But let's face it, only one of us is Goose-tastic. Okay? And this chat, they'll take on your chat. Give you all the kaboosh. You know what I'm saying? Got him! Cameraman, we need to stack up a bunch of May-Mays. You know? May-May sound effects. Who we got in the chat? Raise your hands, chat. We got Kurdish freaking soldier in the chat, cameraman. Hold on, I really like the Oblivion music. I don't know, I just like that in the morning. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me weird, chat? There we go. Kurdish soldiers in the chat. Hit him again. We got freaking Pooh Radley, best Twitch username in the game. Pooh Radley, get him! Still a pretty with the emojis. We love to see it. Still pretty. Hit him! Bryn Mint, what a gem of an individual. Bryn! TG freaking Kiwis in the chat, in the Discord, everywhere. By the way, Discord's been W. Hit him! What did you not get? I said hit him. It begins. Freaking cameraman, man, I'm telling you. Oh, we got Sanju freaking Bogner. Ba-bam! Hit him. When I say the name, you hit him. I shouldn't even have to say hit him. Just do the thing. Hold on, let me sip some water because I honestly, I can feel something happening here. That's how you know the agua's good. All right. Don't mess this up, okay? Mr. Danny Lemon is here. What does that mean? To you guys, I don't know what it looks like, but to me, I'm looking at the man and I'm telling him, this person's here. Press the sound effect. And he's like this. You guys know, like, I just, like, there was one time, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years ago, probably longer, I realized that if I get to the edge of smiling, my face will just start to shake on its own. I've never seen anybody do it, but yeah, I can just do it consistently. Might be hard now that I'm laughing, but hold on. I'll show you what I mean, okay? I have to just start smiling until it gets close to a smile where the muscle starts freaking out. Maybe you guys can all do it at home with me. It's the best thing to do to this, to this soundtrack. Okay, hold on. Our acting faces. That's gotta be a freaking GIF, man. We gotta make that a GIF. Halo Season 3 announced. We got a brand new chatter in the chat. How we feeling this Saturday morning? We got Willie frickin' Hall. You're beautiful, you're goose-tastic, and we love to have you here, Willie. Willie, also we had a new few followers. We're gonna have to check that out in 2.38 goose seconds. Count it with me, chat. But hold on, we got frickin' Benny Wheelie. Okay, chat? Throw your hands together. Benny Wheelie's in the chat. People, how are we today? I'm feeling frickin' goose-tastic. I mean, you see the stream? I will say, chat, one thing. I don't know if the camera will overheat. We'll get to that point. You guys want to see what the original... You want to see the difference in cameras real quick? Check this out. New camera. This is the one I use for YouTube. Old camera. Me no likey. After seeing this, I was like, oh wow, my camera did suck. Balabi_46. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. My goodness. We got Bunny Soldier with a hello. What else we got in here? Daniel_Ruben. Oh my goodness. Name Zenkai. Are you related to Chinese? Daniel, do I look Chinese to you? Oh God! And who we got with the new followers? We got literally flammable with the follower, beautiful goose-tastic. We love to have you here. A7 Med CH with the follower, beautiful goose-tastic. We love to have you here. Willie Hall, you beautiful little rascal. We love to have you here, beautiful goose-tastic. SM Boking with the follow. You're beautiful, you're goose-tastic. We love to have you here, Mr. Ferrari. Wait, Mr. Hold. Mr. Ferragel. Mr. Ferragel. You're beautiful, you're goose-tastic. We love to have you here. I apologize if I completely ruined that. Okay, chat. On today's show, okay, it's gonna be a beautiful goose-tastic. I really hope someone clipped that mouth thing. If you didn't clip that, I'm gonna cry inside. Chat, today's gonna be a beautiful Goose Morning Live. Today we're talking a brand new Xbox controller. I'm sure you've seen it. If you haven't, I need to show you this because I want it. I want it, and if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? Splitgate 2. It's out. It's happening. Also, chat, check this out. You see this? Oh, it's flipped. See, I have to get used to this. This. Let us get to. Let us get to 1,000. I want it happening right now. And then we're gonna go and we're gonna become the biggest subbing live streaming community that ever was. So we're gonna be talking some Splitgate 2. Guys, guess what? Ladies and gentlemen, geese, Halo TV show, it's been canceled. We're gonna talk about that. Mwah! Ah, it's flipped! Mwah! Somebody follow me so I can give you a good old goosing smooch. And of course, we're gonna try to finish our Xbox 360 tier list. Hold on, camera temperatures check. Lukewarm. We're good. No comment, Benny Wheelie. No comment. But before we do all that and jump into all that news, chat. Also, there's some No Man's Sky stuff I wanted to watch with you guys. Chat, real quick. The Discord. If you don't know, we launched a Discord beta. Okay, the invite was only available if you were on last week's stream. Maybe I'll give it another invite this week's stream. Maybe. We'll have to see. And it's goose-tastic. Y'all have been beautiful inside there. Y'all have been just like little angels. It's been going good. I learned a couple things. We're making it beautiful. We're making it goose-tastic. But, actually, there's no buts. I feel pretty good about it. Chat, we have to start the morning right. The only way that we know how. You get one frame every minute? Is it your internet? Or it's the one thing I have to figure out how to. Hold on. I just want to make sure my stuff's good. Stream Manager. I never use this thing. All right, Benny, it is indeed. On yours? It looks like. Yeah, it looks good. It looks decent on mine. Chat. Is it just Kiwi or is it everybody? Okay, good. Okay. Just checking in, chat. Okay? Just checking in, chat. Camera guy, swap us over. Look at that. You guys still have your beautiful chats. We're going to start with our first Wordle of the day. You know it. We started this exercise 3 weeks ago. It's been a wonderful adventure. Camera's looking good. You guys are looking good. You're in Canadian drip. I'm in Canadian drip. Even if you're not Canadian, we welcome you. Also, check this out. I can do dramatic zooms. Hold on, camera guy! Mwah! Mwah! Kaza with the follow, or Kaze with the follow. Beautiful goose-tastic. Mwah! See, I had to do it at least once. Chat, you know the rules. Under 3 Wordle. That's our record that we've never achieved. We will do it today. You needed to hear that. Okay? Your ego is getting high, chat. I had to give you a little how do you do. Just one. You gotta admit, it sounded good. It sounded healthy. Chat. Okay, Mr. TG Kiwi with piano. See, I don't know if you've already done it now, Kiwi. If you have, I'm gonna be cross. Solid first effort. I'm gonna try the tried and true. Saleh. You see this? Do you see what I've done? Chat? S, it's gonna be S, then it's gonna be H, then it's gonna be A, then it's gonna be... No, it will not be that. It could be... Smart. Oh, smart. It could be smart. Who said shark? Blobby, I'm gonna find you. You hear me, Blobby? You just started a war. I'm just kidding. No, Blobby, you're beautiful. You're goose-tastic. And we love to have you here. Check this out, chat. In 3. Boom. was supposed to be different today, chat. How is it not smart? What else could be? Scaft. Shaft? Shaft. Blobby, I'm with you. Hold my hand. Hold my hand. We're doing this. There it is. There it is. We didn't do it in 3. We didn't. But you know what we did do? We bonded, didn't we, chat? We bonded. Slimy's in the chat! Slimy, Goose Morning. Yeah, the Wordle went about as good as it always does. Never under 3. Hold on. Let me unzoomify. Okay, connections. I don't think we've lost to connections once. So if we lose this one, you're banned. All of you. Hey, Curve's in the chat with a title. A title. Made you all purple. I couldn't see. All right. Sweat is also a fluid. Sweat. Ooh. Labor. Like you sweat with your labor. You sweat, you labor, and you give effort. Work. I'm feeling good about this. I'm feeling good about this. Slimy, you're too beautiful. Chat, can we all just throw some hearts for Slimy? Can we throw some hearts for everyone? Can we just comment hearts? Spam it. I want to be woken up, or little sunshines, little Goose Morning sunshines. That's what I want. Or you know, don't put anything, chat. I'll just die inside. Mr. Danny Lemon, Blobby _46. They understood the assignment. Now the rest of you. Oh, we're gonna talk. We're gonna exchange words. I'll tell you that right now. Slimy roast! Chat, watch this. Locked in. 100% certain. Boom. You see that, chat? Do you see that? 7 curve. Boom! Do you see that? Now, this next one. This next one. We got soda, juice, fluid. Soda, juice, fluid. Soda, juice, fluid. Maybe it's like orange soda, orange juice. Natural orange. Maybe. Emmanuel Hold on. Emmanuel Smiljanic. You're beautifully goose-tastic. Hello to you. Camera guy? I apologize for camera guy. Okay? First time chat. Okay, you know what? What if we went with charge? Power. Electric charge, electric power. Electric battery. Electric juice. I'm locking it in. Chat, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? I'm unstoppable! I'm unstoppable. I can't be stopped. I won't be stopped. This next one, it's gonna be, let's see, graceful, mainstream. Is it bad that the only thing I think about with smooth is just smooth brain? Because that has gotten like a really common thing to say online recently. Smooth brain? I see it all the time now. Oh man. To be fair, on Twitter. Just Twitter. Smooth, natural burst. Like a burst of energy. like pipe burst, pipe fluid, pipe soda. Red Jaguar's in the chat. Red Jaguar, you beautiful little rascal. There it is. He's slow today. I apologize for him. I'm gonna take you outside and I'm gonna teach you a lesson. Okay? Cut the mic for a second. Cut the mic. Don't leave it on. Don't leave it on. I swear to God. I swear to God. Bryn Mint, you want to know if I'm wearing socks or not? You think I'm an animal? It's just too cold on my little toesies. It's too cold. I need socks. Hold on, Chet. Hold on. Mwah. Emmanuel Smiljanik. You're beautiful. You're goose-tastic. We love to have you here. No, don't play it while I'm talking. You play it after I'm talking. So then it's like a 1-2 punch. If you do it while I'm talking, then how could they hear both things? Put us back. Young Guns canceled. Bryn Mint, you're throwing too many curveballs at me. I don't follow. I want to follow. I don't follow. And also, yes, why is Dad here? What would Dad be? Like, what is Dad? Who is Dad? Dad. Oh, like Dad's cookies? Natural cookies? Dad's cookies. Smooth cookies. Mainstream cookies. I'm locking it in. 98% confidence. Okay? We took the L on that one, chat. We took the L on that one. But this next one. Burst. Fluid. Soda. Natural. Locking it in. Okay, check this out, chat. Soda, natural, smooth, mainstream. We're locking it in. Let's give it a shuffle. You're right. You're right. You're always right. Let's give it a few, you know what I mean? All right. Graceful, mainstream, burst, dad, natural, smooth, fluid, soda. What? So like soda water, like natural water, smooth water, mainstream water, dad water. Everyone says it. Everyone says dad water. In what world would dad fit with something of these options? What are we talking about here? Dad. Mom and dad. Dad, mainstream, graceful, smooth, jazz. Hold on, I gotta... Apologies. Dad, mainstream, graceful, smooth. There's no question marks on dad water. Brynman, how dare you? Like, oh, it's like a type of music. Dad music, mainstream music, graceful music, smooth music. Oh my goodness. Blobby 46 might be onto something. Are you willing to risk it for the biscuit? Blobby _ 46. Dad music. Mainstream music, graceful music, smooth music. That's not bad. That's not bad. Kiwi's going for like a vibe, like easy to do. Fluid, graceful, smooth, natural. That's not bad either. That's not bad either. Whoever gets it wrong is banned. Someone needs to volunteer as tribute. All right. One for Kiwi. Okay, Blobby already was like, I'm out. Okay. Kiwi. Kiwi says natural, smooth, fluid, graceful. Are you ready, Kiwi? I couldn't tell you where Dad fits in, Penny Wheelie. Dad is... We're locking it in. Kiwi, if you don't get this, that's a 7-month ban. Why 7? That's for you to learn. Boom. Wow. Wow. Can we all just get a round of applause for Kiwi? We never doubted you, Kiwi. Also, world map in the chat. I swear to God, I'm gonna come over there. You play it right now. I swear to God. Chat, I just want to know where Dad fits in. Because sometimes the New York Times likes to get a little wild. Let's see. What pop might mean. What? Huh? Oh, like he's your pop. Huh? Hey, yo, that's a stretch. That's what I'm saying with these purple connections. It's a freaking stretch. But I'll tell you what else is a stretch, chat. Okay? Chat, why is this not for sale? Why? You guys saw behind the curtains. my Oblivion soundtrack. Okay, here's the thing, chat. Xbox has come out with a Deadpool and Wolverine themed controller. And from the front of it, you gotta say, it looks freaking incredible. Already, it looks great. But then you get to see the back. And let me tell you, this controller's caked up more than pick a cake. It's got more cake than I've ever seen in my life. I swear to God, that's like 10,000 calories of non-stop Deadpool skin right there on your grip. Can't be comfortable. Or it might be the most comfortable thing in the world. So anyways, they're giving this controller. They did this like marketing PR stunt with Deadpool and Wolverine obviously coming out next week. And real quick, I just got to say, Deadpool and Wolverine, stop marketing all of the things that happen in the movie. It's like they just keep spoiling things. It's like coming directly from them. Also, don't stop achieving in the chat. Hit him. There it is. So yeah, this thing came out, and it's just like a marketing thing. So on Twitter, you have to like retweet or whatever. I retweeted because if I did get it, I would just give it to you guys. Isn't that cool? So you're gonna want to make sure that you're followed on Goose Morning Live, so you can get it. Deadshot in the chat. Hit him. Hit him. So anyways, people are starting to riot because we want to buy this thing. And quite frankly, who wouldn't want to buy this thing? Look at this. Do we not want this? Like, look at this. I love everything about this. It looks kind of like tight on the buttons, right? Like, I don't know if you'd have much travel on the buttons. Even still, no one's buying this to play games hardcore. We're buying this for the cake. We're buying this to feel special inside. That's what we're doing. We're buying this. We all know why we're buying this, okay? Because we're sick We're sick. People are suffering around the world. People are in need of help, and we want to just spend our money on a controller. We go to the grocery store, okay? We go buy our stuff. It costs us like an arm and a leg for a bag of pretzels and a kombucha, because that's just what we're buying these days, I guess. And then the grocery store says, do you want to give $1 to charity? And we say, no, we don't have money. But then we log on Twitter and we see a Deadpool with the big freaking caked up back. And we say, I have found money. I found it. I got $100 right here that says, give me this thing. Okay? Everyone's suffering back there in Shibugamu. Everyone suffering over there in freaking Iqaluit, Yukon. Ha! I'll need this. I don't want to tip you, Mr. Grocery Store. I bought my pretzels. Okay? I'm sorry, charity. I don't have money. Oh, wait. I got all of the money for this caked up Deadpool. We're all sick in the head. We're all a little bit sick in the head. Children in Africa are starving for Xbox controllers. Yeah, I was thinking about this the other day because, like, for instance, I was thinking about, like, how much, because obviously I'm doing an I Play Every Blizzard game. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, well, guess what? Now you know. What a weird way of saying that. So anyways, I'm looking at, like, Diablo Immortal, which is making, like, $2 million a day. Okay, and like, obviously we have other things. Like, I'm looking at Game Pass, which gave out its, like, revenue 2 years ago or 3 years ago in 2021, which was like $2.9 billion, which is like over 100 million subscribers when you do the math, right? So I'm thinking about this and I'm just like, man, it's so funny how gamers are the ones who are always like, I have no money for consoles, I have no money for games, I have no money for etc. And then yet everyone's buying stuff left and right. Like, how many people like have 1 billion controllers? How many people, including myself, are willing to spend $100 on this juicy, thick Deadpool controller? It's just funny. They say one thing and then it's like the other thing. And it's like we did that article a couple weeks back where we talked about the Steam backlog of like games no one's played, and the entire cost of all those games ended up being more than the entire country, like the GDP of the entire country of Nicaragua. Like, at some point you got to say, hey, gamers, some of you might be lying. Some of you might have a few dollars to spare. Some of you are doing A-okay. Oh my God. We got X-Bacon Gaming in the chat. Bacon! Look, beautiful bacon. Slime roast, I would go into debt so I can get my hands on those cheeks. I mean, that's just what I mean, it's in Canadian red. How could I not? Okay? Those cheeks I've never seen cheeks look so good. I would just skip my extra meals. Yeah, it looks good. Chat, real quick, out of 10, rate it for me. This controller, what are we talking here? Out of 10. Because I'm thinking, I'm not seeing how you can really improve on it. It's kind of a 10 for what it is. Like, you're not playing it to be a pro gamer. Yeah, Mr. Dane11 with a 13. Hey, yo, facts! Also, I got my tickets. You know what would be cool if you bought this controller? Like, if they sold this controller a month before the movie, and if you got the controller, you got a free ticket to the movie. I think that would have been pretty sick. That would have been pretty sick. And it's like a limited thing until the movie comes out. That would have been pretty sick. Why don't they do stuff like that? You give it a 2 because it's red. Red Jaguar? Yeah. Your name's Red Jaguar. We got a juicy out of 10, a 69 out of 10. Nice. A 455 out of 10. I love it. I love it. Chat, what a wonderful world we live in. Don't we live in the best timeline? Minus the weird events that happened the past week. I don't want to get political, so let's not get political. But let's just say real quick, Ayo, that was wild. That was wild. My brethren, below the border, praise be. Praise be unto you. That was wild. That was insanity. Anyways, we're going to talk about video games now. No Man's Sky came up with a brand new update. I wanted to watch it with you guys because A, you guys are awesome. Okay? You guys are freaking awesome. And B, I actually love listening to the main guy at Hello Games, Sean. Why is his last name escaping me? I'm sure we'll see it in 2 seconds. But I love listening to him. He's so passionate, but also you can see a man who's been like burned so hard. He's like, he's always like fighting passion versus can't say too much because I don't want to get in trouble again like I did last time. So let's watch this because, dude, No Man's Sky just keeps getting better. It's insanity. So I'm curious to see. I saved this for you guys.
With every update, we just want to surprise.
Dude, the grass tech they're using. There's something to be said about great video game grass, okay? I don't know why grass is the thing that always pops for me. It's never trees. It's never buildings. It's always grass. Like Ghost of Tsushima, when that first trailer came out and you had like the white like flower grass just like swaying in the wind. Game developers all they need to do, these game developers, is put out beautiful looking grass, lush looking grass with wind tech that makes it flow. And like 90% of us are like, this is gold. This is absolute gold. Right? It's insanity. You platinum No Man's Sky? I always start No Man's Sky with every update, and I'm like, yo, No Man's Sky, let's freaking go. And then I don't like the gameplay that much. So, but man, this looks great. So maybe we play it.
New worlds.
Kiwi told me it was on Game Pass or PC.
New gameplay. New technology.
I still love the fact that all these planets are built with a function. Meaning, like, you guys remember in school you'd learn about, like, obviously trigonometry. You got your sine, your cos, your tan, right? Y'all remember it? You basically plug in something into sine, cos, tan, and you get some value, right? That's all this is. And they built some mega function where you say you're on this coordinate X and this coordinate Y and this coordinate Z. So they have like your horizontal position, your vertical position, and your depth position, right? They put that into a function and then it basically says, oh, at this point, there's going to be all this water. At this point, there's going to be this type of geometry. It's going to have this type of grass. It's going to have this type of enemies, this type of like aliens. It's going to have like all this stuff. And it's just from a function. Absolutely insane to me. I love that stuff. Like from like my engineering development background, I just love that stuff. It's so cool. And because of that, they just don't have to build as many things manually. So the game is a lot smaller than it would otherwise be had you made it everything from scratch. Like it's procedurally generated. That's what that means. It's always so amazing. Also, this ship looks sick.
We're 8 years in now, and we still just want to do really big things.
Dude, that looks incredible. The grass! The grass, Chad.
Our next update is called Worlds Part 1. I'm so proud of the team and the love they're pouring into it. We are completely refreshing the universe with new technology, new flora, new fauna, and new gameplay.
Wow. My understanding is they're pretty much taking the tech from Light No Fire, their new game, right? And just popping that back in here. That is such a genius approach. I wish more games would do. Where essentially, like, because here's the thing: when you're a software developer, like, you don't just like make one thing and then YOLO off to the next. No one does that. Essentially, you make like, how would I describe it? You make like an entry point of something, right? Like a front end. That's what they would call a front end. And then behind it, the back end, you use like yeah, you build your back end, but you build it in such a way that you could reuse a bunch of stuff for other front ends. And then you just share it constantly. So that way when one front end, like one product, like gets better, the entire products get better. What you learn off one can be shared. And I feel like video games, it's like less, it's not as one to one. Like I was talking to one person who was in the video game industry about Ubisoft, and they were saying like, yeah, Ubisoft has like 15 versions of their own engine for each game. Like each game is locked to a specific version of their engine. And I was just like, that seems insanely silly. So you literally have to maintain a billion versions of an engine, which is already complicated, with a specific version of a game. It's no wonder these games take forever to make with a billion people. Like, from a development point of view, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. It's like using like specific code editors to build different product. Makes no sense. Anyways, let's not get into the weeds here. It's weird.
In No Man's Sky,
I appreciate
what
Slimy
you
saying
see on screen
Rockstar Table
is
Tennis. That's a W
generated
right
by
there.
the computer.
Mwah!
And we're achieving a level of variety that just wasn't possible before.
Dude, purple grass, green grass, blue grass, white grass, it always hits.
When we started No
Red
Man's
grass!
Sky, I wanted people to feel like they had
Yellow grass.
stepped into the cover of a science fiction novel.
They achieved that in spades.
That to create a lot of new technology. New water technology can create waves and reflections, oceans. Look so different to what we had before.
Hold on, what did that say? I find this stuff fascinating. Okay, so this is the engine they're using, which... Okay. Watercolor strength, water multiply strength, water multiply max, water roughness, Fresnel power. What is Fresnel? What is Fresnel? I think it's like the highlight on the top of the I don't know, I'm just guessing. The highlight on the top of the wave. Normal map 1 scale, normal map 2 scale, foam fade height, foam 1 scale, foam 1 speed. I love that. Man, this is so crazy. Just all these numbers. I bet you so many people were just going through these numbers, just tweaking, having a ball. Man, absolutely insane. Luke Wolf's in the chat. Give him one. Give him one.
Ocean planets feel...
Hold on, real quick. Pyroplane in the chat. I will not forget any of you.
completely new, and ships can now land on water.
Yo!
6 months ago, we announced Light No Fire. It's this crazy, ambitious game.
This game looks incredible. I definitely want to play this
We've been working on
game.
it for years, and we've learned so many things. And it feels like we're almost bringing this technology back from the future.
For anyone who doesn't know about Light No Fire, it's their second game that they're working on. Well, I shouldn't say it's their second game because Hello Games has made quite a few games before No Man's Sky. But after No Man's Sky, they have this other game called Light No Fire. And essentially, they're doing something that's like such an idea that so many people I feel like have thought of and just no one's done it because it seems impossible. But using this like procedurally generated function that they've built, they seem to have scaled it down to a planet level, one singular planet. So in Light No Fire, essentially they're simulating an entire planet. And so that's what you saw over here earlier. and it looks incredible. I mean, I think this was shown at the Game Awards, right? And I feel like when I saw this, I was like, this was one of the first times, one of the few times this generation where I went, whoa, that's incredible.
Many
That's
things,
incredible.
and it feels like we're almost bringing this technology back from the future. Planets have
Okay, so
wind
they confirmed,
patterns,
yeah, they're just bringing it
waves
back.
are dynamic, and they react to the weather. My favorite thing in the game might just be flying through the clouds and out into space.
Can I also say the way that Sean's talking about his own games and his team? Can we all just like admire the fact that this man, controversies aside of like when No Man's Sky came out, the fact that someone like Sean is so passionate about something he went out and built with his team, like that is so cool. To me, that is like the coolest thing ever. It's like, here's this game that did not exist. It was not a thing. And then these guys just went out of their way and built something that they had in their heads. They built it. And yet here they are 8 years later. They're still adding on to it. But not only that, they're insanely passionate about what they're building and super proud of what they built. You love to see it. You love to see that type of passion. And I feel like it really, really shows. Like, man, what a redemption arc of Hello Games, right? Madness.
Clouds for us are a unique challenge, right? You can see them from space, you can fly through them.
But this looks like a little bit of a bug, though, right? Shouldn't be clipping it like that. I apologize. I saw it.
You know, you can land on a planet and look up at the sky. You get these beautiful skies now with just tons of variety.
It is nice.
Sometimes
floating
a storm
islands too.
hits and, you know, the waves rise, the clouds gather. You've got the atmospherics, the wind, all this technology comes together all at once, and there's nothing like it. On the surface of the planet, we've added these new volumetrics. And you get rolling fog, rain,
Little things like that
blizzards,
add so
little
much.
sparks coming up from the lava. It changes how planets feel, you know? It just makes them feel alive.
I feel like they also nailed, it's something that they're not talking about here, but this is like a big deal. The contrast, like these crystals could be any color. This grass could be any color. And this is all procedurally generated. So it's literally like they're putting in your coordinates, like I mentioned, and then out comes a planet, right? They've clearly mastered the function to say like, hey, you want contrasting colors so everything pops. It feels like really iconic. Because if this was like red and this grass was red, it would just kind of all blend in. It would be all sort of samey. But it's like here we want the white sky with the black clouds, and we want the blue crystals like just popping out. We got the red grass. So everything just contrasts in a natural way, so it just looks super fantastic and catches your eye. I haven't seen them talk about it, but like that is something they're going out of their way to do, and they're killing it. Because I would say 90% of the planets that they showed actually looked very like eye-catching because of the contrasting colors.
Across these new biomes, we've added new creatures for you to discover. We're really trying to push
the
on
grass!
the level of variety.
This looks
It's
incredible.
not enough for us to just do.
See what I'm saying,
more.
though? The
You
dragon
know,
was
we
like
want to
pink,
create things that people
and the
haven't
ice world
seen
was blue.
before. Expeditions have become a huge part of how folks play the game. And this new one is very sort of Starship Troopers inspired. It's something really different.
Now, I have to be honest with you guys, chat. This looks phenomenal from like a place to go, place to explore. Every time I see the combat, the gameplay, I'm a little let down. I'm a little let down. Like, it could just be that the music is like making it seem lamer.
It takes you on a tour of some of these cool new planets that we've added.
But yeah,
Everyone is battling together. Progress is community driven, and the rewards are super cool.
they keep showing this grass area, and I'm like, bro, just give it to me. That grass
Something
area
I
looks
love
amazing.
is to browse the screenshots that people share with us.
Wow.
I can't wait for people to explore this.
Wow. That looks
I
insane.
can't wait for people to explore this universe we've made with fresh eyes.
Man, I love it.
The update is called Worlds Part 1 because I guess there's much more to come.
What a guy. Also, fantastic logo. Fantastic. Love that logo. Chad, how are we feeling about that? How are we feeling about No Man's Sky Worlds Part 1? Should I play it? Yes, no, possibly. Negative. Let me know in the chat. I want to know. Also, first time chat, Wacko Jacko Down Under. Light No Fire is going to be epic. You know what's epic, Wacko? You. That was your. I hate you so much. I hate you so much. You just press the button. You just press the button. Wacko, we love you. Cameraman, not so much. But you. Mwah! Slimy Rose, positive feelings. Pooh Radley. I just love that name. Most definitely. Benny Wheelie with a yes. Mr. Danny frickin' Lemon with looks awesome. Probably won't play it though. Keeping it a buck. Mr. Danny Lemon, keeping it a buck. Look at us, chat. Hold on. Look at us, chat. 547. We're growing! We're growing! No Man's Sky wasn't the only thing that was announced, okay? Because guess what? Halo's got some more competition. That's right. Halo has someone going for the throne. I will say it looks like they're going for the Halo 5 throne, but nevertheless, camera guy, swap us over. Splitgate 2 has been announced officially. If you don't know, Splitgate came out. It was a sensation, like, not immediately, right? Real quick. Rarest Sword. You're beautiful, you're goose-tastic. We'd love to have you here. Now back to the show. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Splitgate came out. It was this game that took basically the Halo combat, right? The way that the grenades, the shooting, the melee, all that stuff, the trifecta of Halo, put it in their game. It felt very Halo 4, but their twist was they used essentially portals. So if you played the game Portal or Portal 2, they used that same concept and mixed it in with Halo combat and jetpacks. And it was kind of fun. Like, it was really, really fun. And I'll tell you this, like, it didn't launch super big from memory, but then once it started getting out there and people started seeing clips, it blew up and absolutely exploded. Everyone was playing it. And Splitgate was kind of a unique situation where I feel like no one really talks about it that much, but I'd say that Splitgate started out being really fun when it was exploding in popularity. But then once people started playing it a lot and getting really good with the portals, in my opinion, it got way too complex. Like, people were just zip, zap, zoobity bopping all over the place with their portals, and it was absolute insanity. But the game was made by like 4 people. So what happened was these 4 people decided they had a choice, right? They could continue to monitor and update Splitgate and support it during this like 15 minutes of fame, hoping it could be longer. You know, similar to a Pal World situation, or a Helldivers 2 would be a better example because that lasted a lot longer. Or they could stop everything immediately, take the success that they have of Splitgate, and immediately reinvest into a brand new product, Splitgate 2, based off everything they learned. Because from my understanding, these 4 guys making the game, the original Splitgate, they just didn't have any development experience. This was their first game. So they're like, okay, let's choose option 2. Let's start from scratch. Let's go. I think this is Unreal Engine 5, and this is our first look at Splitgate through a cinematic announcement trailer. So we're going to watch this together like the beautiful little rascals that we are. And I saw snippets, and it looks very Halo 5. That's my only problem with it.
Do you worry about living up to the hype?
I don't worry about anything. What's the point of putting...
I'm just going to say really quick, chat. I think, you guys let me know, but I feel like the game show aesthetic, the finals did it. Halo 5 did it to an extent with Breakout. It's lame. It's never been cool. At least for me. I think it's lame.
Putting your life on the line if you're not having a little fun?
Maybe we'll see.
5. If you're not willing to sacrifice everything, then you don't want it bad enough. I'm gonna fight.
This is something else I was like a little taken aback at because I saw a few clips on Twitter. I feel like there's an aesthetic that hits hard in the sci-fi scene, and then there's like kind of an emo sci-fi aesthetic. And personally for me, it does not hit hard. And they went with the option 2, this emo sci-fi aesthetic, where everything's like smooth. I don't know. I don't really like it that much. I was hoping they'd go more of a grungy Halo vibe, but you know, I guess it's more akin to what Splitgate 1 was. I was never that big of a fan of Splitgate 1's art aesthetic. Really? It was more so just the gameplay was so good. It really just felt honestly like Halo. Just with portals and jetpacks. And I know jetpacks were in Halo Reach, alright? Frickin' relax!
4.
Victory becomes a choice. You either take it, or you don't.
It gives off a hero shooter vibe aesthetic, though.
Let's do it. 2.
Oh yeah, get the jetpacks. Hot! Gotcha. Ooh, throw portals now. Like, have portable portals. Interesting. Okay, so there's both. Feels like no one's shooting a rocket for an in-air guy. Let's be real. I like the colors.
You know you don't get extra points for style, right?
Well, when I'm done, they're gonna have to change that rule.
Muting chat.
Okay. Yeah, see, like, I don't like the style. I don't like it. This guy's style, good. No. Looks like it's coming to everything though. Really hope they pull it off. Honestly, I love me an underdog story. I think Slimy Rose said the same thing about No Man's Sky, if I'm correct in the chat. Yeah, I'm excited, and I love that, you know, Halo gets some more competition, because to me this was like the closest competition to Halo, and them boys need it. Them number company boys need it bad. They need someone pushing on them, showing them that they can, you know, raise the stakes a little bit. Bacon, you thought it was Concord, which is awful. I didn't get to play the Concord beta. I actually wanted to this weekend on Goose Morning Live, but I just decided not to. Maybe I should have. I don't know. Benny AC11, you little rascal, you're in the chat, and we'd love to have you here. My goodness gracious. It was bad? You guys played it? I was really hoping it would be fun, just because it was made by like ex-Destiny people. It's 22 gig download. I'd like to. I'm going away this weekend. Right after the stream, I gotta cut all the stream up, and then I immediately have to drive off to another province. That's right, we have provinces here. Okay, fight me, y'all with your states. Okay. Of course. Hold on, cameraman. Let me set this up because no freaking thing ever freaking works as far as I'm concerned. I'm sick of it. I'm absolutely sick of it. I need something to make that easier for me. We gotta figure that out. Okay, let me just clean this up, Mr. IGN. Okay, chat. So the article goes on, and IGN did an article here, so maybe we get to see a little bit more about Splitgate 2. So Splitgate 2 unveiled for a 2025 PC and console launch. That's insane. I'll say real quick, chat, I'm happy Splitgate 2's here. The fact that they spent money on a CG trailer, absolutely insane. Just show gameplay. No one needs to see a CG trailer. It's just a waste of resources as far as I'm concerned. Also, the day and date PC console launch, given a small team, I see no reason to do that. I think you just prolong the hype of your game if you pull a Rockstar approach. Now, I'm not saying take 10 years to make a PC port, but if you make a console game, let the console people build up some noise, and then you build your PC game after, like, it allows you to not have to spread yourself so thin across multiple different devices. It's just like, okay, we're focusing on the Xbox architecture. Boom, we launch Xbox. Then we do PlayStation. Then we do PC. They could be, whatever the difference is, but it's just like, to me, that just makes a lot more sense from a business risk mitigation strategy. Because how many people have come out? This is a small team, right? And relatively new team. It's like, how many people have come out with, like, we support like 25 different devices all at once, and then like the PC version is like absolutely bugged, broken, borked. I never understood that. It's like, no one's rushing you. You will not lose hype. If the game is good, it will do just as well. Don't rush it. Make a quality product, and if you don't have the resources, console first, then PC. Rockstar has literally shown you time and time again, it works. It works. And it's not the only game that's done it. Like, I don't know. I know that's not what a lot of people want to hear, but from a business perspective where we don't want the devs dying and making a quality product, to me it just seems like a better approach. But who knows? Maybe they'll pull it off, and I hope they do. 2025 is awesome. But I think, like, I feel like people would be happy if it was like, earlier on console and then it comes out on PC later. You just get a double dip. I don't know. Let's read the article by Rebecca Valentine at IGN. When Ian Proul and his colleagues at 1047 fully released Splitgate in 2021, his expectations for Halo with Portal's multiplayer shooter were fully in check. He expected to do well over time and was hoping for slow and steady growth. At the time, 1047 consisted of less than 20 individuals and only 4 engineers. So that's where my number came from, 4 engineers. Excellent. I wonder what the other 16 were doing, like marketing and stuff like that. But it was like, nope, this is your moment now. Everything's on fire, Proul says. This guy from... Is he Canadian? Stanford. Interesting. Just the name gave off like Quebec vibes. Anyways, apologies. Splitgate blew up far beyond what Proul ever expected of what their small indie team were ready to handle. It peaked, he says, at around 2 million daily active users, and the team spent the next several months in firefighting mode, trying to keep the game stable amid the surge of interest. Fortunately for Proul and 1047, Splitgate was a financial success for the team. What's more, 1047 was able to raise an additional $100 million from investors thanks to the game's positive reception. Yeah, they capitalized on that hype. They immediately go to investors and they say, look, buddy boy, we're doing A-okay over here. So if you want to help us with Splitgate 2, give us a little do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, okay? And then we'll put out a Splitgate 2, and you're going to get some of that do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. You know what I'm saying? Very smart on their part. At first, they expected to pour that money into building and maintaining Splitgate, but in conversation after conversation, Proul and his colleagues found that they had to keep their ambitions in check due to the game's technical and team's personal limitations. I love that. You could tell that's a smart team. They're like trying to figure out what's the best approach. I think they took the better approach. We'll see how Splitgate 2 comes out, but it feels like it's a better approach. When you're making an indie game, it's really about finding your niche, your niche, doing a few things really, really well. But then you do have to cut corners because you don't have the resources of a Call of Duty. And so our view at the time was like, wow, we're licking our lips. We're thinking, man, we don't have to cut corners like this. What if we could do it all over again? Which is exactly what 1047 decided to do. In 2022, the team announced they were ending active development on Splitgate in the interest of building Splitgate 2. I think it's a smart move. I don't know what you guys think. I think it's a smart move. We know that Splitgate does really well, and we know where it falls short, Peru explains, and we also felt like our goal is we want to build one of the biggest shooters in the world. We want to be out there competing with Call of Duty and Apex and Fortnite. These guys are hungry. These guys are hungry. You don't say something like that if you're not looking to get a W. This makes me more hyped for Splitgate 2. That's just the type of person you want making a game. You want someone who wants to take down the king, baby. And we didn't feel like we could ever get there by continuing to iterate on Splitgate. I love that. Dude, that got me hyped. You want someone who wants to take down Goliath. You want a David like that. That's what you want. Today, 1047 has officially announced Splitgate 2 for release on PC, PlayStation, Xbox in 2025, with a first cinematic trailer showing off the sequel's vibes and introducing its factions. Interesting. So they're factions. Starting today, fans can download a Splitgate 2 companion app, which includes a free digital comic series developing the lore of the universes, quizzes, collectible digital cards, and other activities. Just focus on the game. That's silly. Don't make that. This is a waste of resources. You don't need that. Just don't do that. Plus, by the time the game comes out, everyone's going to forget about that. Chat, you guys tell me if I'm wrong. To me, this extra lore, just focus on the game. It's a waste of resources. Ain't no one cares. And 1047 is planning for a community playtest later this year, sometime around Gamescom. That's cool, chat. 1047, we know you're watching. Cameraman, hit him one. Give the Goslings bait a chance. Throw us in there. We'll make you proud. Pru tells me that Splitgate 2 is fundamentally Splitgate. It's still a free-to-play with only cosmetic microtransactions, he assures. First-person shooter with 4v4 battles. It's still a shooter where players mess around with portals and physics to fling themselves or their enemies around at wide angles and speeds. The biggest difference between the sequel and its predecessor is the introduction of 3 different factions, each tailored to a different gameplay style or strategy. Okay. 1047 isn't saying much about the details on these factions for now, though today's cinematic trailer offers some clues as to the vibes on offer. Pru loves lore, which is why he channeled his love of old Halo novels into Splitgate 2's companion comic as a way to define an art style, characters, and factions for the audiences ahead of the game's release. Halo novels, eh? Just wait. I don't... put the lore in the game, but I don't know if you make, these companion things yet. Just wait. It's not worth it. He tells me these 3 pillars he wants his team aiming for are positive, sporty, and future. I feel like they nailed that from the trailer. We're not killing each other to save humanity or defeat evil, he says. It's a sport, and so that reflects itself in the lore and the art style. You saw a very small smidge of that in Splitgate because that was always my original vision, is I wanted it to be a sport. Apart from the addition of factions, Bruce says the most noticeable difference between Splitgate 1 and 2 is the map design. In Splitgate, he tells me he ended up as the map designer somewhat by default, but for Splitgate 2, he hired professionals. Smart man. Again, hungry man. I had no clue what I was doing in Splitgate 1. Some of the maps are okay, but we have real level designers now who are phenomenal. And they're also, not only are they way better than me, but it's just our process. Ooh. Everybody's iterating. We're play testing. We've got much more of an iterative process. We're not afraid to test a map and throw it away and start over. That you love to hear it. I feel like when they talk about like the everything outside the game, I don't care. I don't think it's smart. But everything in the game, killing it. Sounds fantastic. And so what we ended up with is, I think, by far our best maps ever. Dust 2 Splitgate Edition confirmed. But also just much more actual guidelines and throughput into the maps. For example, he says the walls on which players could place portals were placed kind of randomly in the original game. But now with the combined experience and data from players using them over the years, the team has built a better understanding of what kind of placement works well and what doesn't. As a result, there are fewer portal walls in Splitgate 2 than 1, but their placement is more deliberate. That's cool. Splitgate was much more of an arena shooter, fast-paced, very circular motion, Prue adds. With this next game, it's more of a class-based shooter or arcade shooter where it's still fast-paced. Ooh, you might have lost me there, Prue. You might have lost me with the whole class-based thing. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Danny the GFB. I see you. Sorry for that extended wait. Cameraman. Prue and his studio in some way dodged an industry bullet. They accumulated enough funding to make Splitgate 2 ahead of recent industry funding crisis. Oh, that's true. Good for them. And we're able to scale up 1047 from less than 20 people to over 170 with senior talent from games like Call of Duty, God of War Ragnarok. That's really cool because like Splitgate 1 came out, obviously like exploded, and then they get this investment from investors because of how positive the reception of this game was. But then also you have these people from like these big franchises who are looking at this thing going, I see the potential. Because that's the only reason you move from like a big scaled up company with a bunch of benefits to a tinier company that's a little bit more risky is because you're like, I see the vision and I want to be a part of that and I want to help. So I always like those types of stories because it's like, it's a game built with passionate people looking at the same vision. And I think that's when you usually get a W. So that's why the class thing, I don't know where I feel. Like, I personally don't like it. Like, I'll be honest. I think it's silly. I just don't like classes that much personally for me. I just want everyone to be on the same footing, especially if you're coming from a Halo background, which they're trying to emulate a little bit here. But everything they're saying about, like, the vision, the people joining, it's giving me some hype. I'll give them a chance. I give them the old college try, just like I do it for Concord, 2024 Game of the Year, Concord. Chat? During that time, Prue has been obsessing over live ops, preparing the team and Splitgate 2 to handle whatever happens during its launch days and weeks. He also has a 2-year roadmap for future updates, though he expects that it will inevitably change based on the community feedback. Whatever happens when Splitgate 2 launches next year, this time Prue is prepared. A 2-year roadmap. A small, brand new team. Scrappy young little team. Building a multiplayer game that's free to play with a 2-year roadmap. Mr. John 343. What happened on your side? Feel like you had a backing of $1 trillion company. $3 trillion company. Not sure what happened there. Interesting that they have a 2-year roadmap already. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Benny Concord is PlayStation's biggest game, and it's the game that Bacon in the chat has never been more hyped to play. Concord is, mark my words, 2024's Game of the Year. I've never been more serious in my life. Never. I love that I can do that now. The dream truly is to build the #1 shooter in the world. He says that's what I'm going to fight forever. I think, though, really, if we can make a game that all Splitgate 1 fans love and are sticking around forever, but also broadening our scope so that people who never got to enjoy Splitgate can enjoy this game as well, that's what success would look like to me. I love everything he's saying. I feel like this is a guy you want leading your game. That's a W. That's a frickin' W. Boom. Look, I'm over here now. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. You're not going to do nothing about it. Oh, yeah. Okay, we got this new article. I forgot to hype it up for you guys. Chat, we got to talk about this real quick. This is insane. It's insane. We got this new article about Resident Evil. My mind was blown reading this. Just the headline. I wouldn't pre-read it without you guys, okay? You guys are beautiful. Okay, chat. This is insane. Like, I just find this funny. Okay, this is from gamesindustry.biz. And they say Resident Evil 7 on iOS has earned Capcom a whopping $28,000 since a launch. The title has reportedly been downloaded around 83,000 times since July 2nd on Apple devices. Holy guacamole, chat. It kind of seems like the target audience who wants mobile games does not want to play traditional games. It kind of seems like all of these gentle people out there saying that mobile is the future. It kind of seems like it's two completely different audiences who want two completely different things. Now, I get it. It's a spooky game, but Resident Evil 7 was critically acclaimed and did fantastic on consoles and PC and VR for that matter, which is like, who's on VR? As a man who owns two VR headsets. Ain't no one on VR longer than a month. So this I just find is hilarious. Not for Capcom. That's an L. That sucks for Capcom. I just find it more hilarious for... In the gaming industry, they're obsessed. They're obsessed for whatever reason. They look at number of players on mobile. It's like a huge amount. It's like, hundreds and hundreds of million of gamers playing on mobile. They look at that and they go, that's the future. They have no concept of like, oh, this is two different groups. Console players, PC players want something specific, and mobile players want something else. And when you look at reports like this, where Resident Evil 7 makes only $28,000, I wish more games would come out and tell us more details on this, because like I'd be curious to see what Resident Evil 4 did. Didn't they release Resident Evil 4 on iOS as well? Like, to me, this just tells you, point blank, no one cares how powerful your phone is. That's not what people are doing on your phone. Anyways, let's read into it. I just find it funny. There's just so many people in higher up positions in the gaming industry who like spread their voice of authority onto others, and it's just like, based off what? You saw big numbers, so you made some association? 28K that's low, man. That's low. Granted, that's since July, so that's just the month. But brother, yikes. And again, what I'm trying to say is like I'm super sympathetic to Capcom. What Capcom probably did was like, let's test the waters. Let's throw this old game that we're not even making any more money on, Resident Evil 7. Let's pop it on iOS. Let's see if we can do. Let's do some marketing deal with Apple so it covers our expenses, so it's safe for us. Like, I'm just taking a wild guess because Capcom's been very much included into the Apple marketing for like what phones are capable of, which to me again is very market driven, not very like player driven. And so, I mean, this says exactly that, unless it's going to get some incredible bump. Maybe it will during the Halloween season. Spooky season always does some of that stuff for these games, but like, just tells me it's a different audience, which that was my assumption. But again, it just bothers me with the industry heads, people who with authority in the gaming industry who just talk. And it's like, correlation is not equal causation. Come on. Come on. Come on. Super Flip. Resident Evil is like a cinematic epic game that I want to experience on a big screen TV, not my itty bitty phone. It's not Candy Crush, Exactly what I'm trying to say. Exactly. Took the words out of my mouth. It's like certain things appeal in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain movies I will go out of my way to watch in the theaters. Deadpool and Wolverine, I'm going to watch it in theaters. I can't wait. But like, There's some movies where I'm like, yeah, streaming is a totally valid option. There's some movies where I could even watch on my phone or on a tablet. There's other movies, like I don't think I'd ever watch a Tarantino movie on a phone or tablet. That seems sacrilege. You know what I'm saying? So there's just different target audience, and that stuff's very fascinating to me. And I feel like there's not enough information on that. Anyways, let's read the article. Let's see what we get into here. The release of Resident Evil 7 on iOS has reportedly only earned Capcom $28,000 so far. This is according to figures from App Magic reported by mobilegamer.biz, with the publication saying the title has been downloaded around 83,000 times since launch on July 2nd. MobileGamer.biz extrapolated that, taking into account Apple's cut. This could mean that the title has only gathered around 2,000 paying customers. GamesIndustry.biz has reached out to Capcom to get more information. Resident Evil 7 is the latest AAA title to get an iOS port, setting consumers back $20. Now, $20, again, a different target audience. I can't see mobile people paying $20 for a game. Like, it seems so... That target audience is used to games being free to play or being like 99 cents. $5 maybe max. Even $5 seems like a stretch. Have you guys ever bought games on your phone that are $20? I think I spent maybe $5 on one game on my phone and then never really did. I don't ever play games on my phone. Even like one of the first games we played on stream was Mini Metro, or Mini Motorways. We played that one. I loved it. Fantastic. So I got it on phone so I could play it longer. It's just better for me on PC. I just doesn't hit the same. Like on phone, I want something simple. Very simple. It follows in the footsteps of Assassin's Creed Mirage and Death Stranding, among others. Curtis Soldier, I've never bought games on my phone. Benny, I've only ever played KOTOR on my phone. World Map, maybe like a few bucks for balloons. My man. Yeah, I mean, that seems to be my understanding, but, you know, I feel very strongly, I can't prove it, but I feel very strongly that it's two completely different groups of people, and these type of AAA games do not appeal to them. And also, this game's long. It's meaty. I can't imagine just playing that whole thing on my phone. Again, it kind of feels like you want bite-sized. We talked to Capcom last year about bringing blockbusters on mobile, and as it was releasing Resident Evil Village on iOS, with producer Tsuyoshi Kanda saying, we could reach a point where we're able to target mobile alongside current-gen consoles. I believe that, but I just feel like, again, I really don't think it's financially worth it. Apple has announced iPhone 15 Pro will be able to run native versions of AAA titles back in September 2023. Apple, I'm sure that's great marketing for you. I'm sure that does really well as a nice, beautiful slide you can put up there. But I can't imagine people want to do that. Can't imagine it. I can't imagine it. And all you sickos out there pulling out your phone to play cloud, you sicken me. Oh, man. So, here's the question, chat. Resident Evil 7. You have your phones right now. Are you spending your $20 on Resident Evil 7? Are you helping Capcom out? They're struggling. Are you going to help them out? I'll wait. Benny's just letting them starve. Benny's like, negative. World map? Negative. It's not happening. Negative. Super Flip? Negative. Mr. Danny Lemon spending that $20 on a pizza. Amen, brother! Amen, brother! Russ Player 245. We got you. First off, huge thanks for the first time chat. Russ says, I'll do it if they pay me $5. So you'll pay $20 if they pay you $5? So if the game was $15, you would do it? We're on to you, Rust. You're playing 4D chess with us. You're a little rascal. Chat, I got the biggest news that we need to hit up before we do our 360 tier list. We got to continue it. We got to finish it. This news made me smile. I believed. This news, as I said on Twitter, if you're following me there, I said when this news broke out, this proves there's a God. Some could say it's toxic. I'm just telling you, it's reality. Look at that. There it is. There it is. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? God. Put the smile away, Goose. Oh my God. Did you guys like the Halo TV show? Be honest. Out of 5, no half stars. What are you giving the Halo TV show before I read this article? I know what I'm giving it. I made it one episode in and 10 minutes of episode 2. One episode just to try it. And then 10 minutes of episode 2. Oh my God. Benny Wheelie, it was like putting down an old dog. Its existence was suffering, and so was the only humane thing to do. Oh my God. It's kind of true, though. It's kind of true. You pay for Paramount Plus and you don't even watch Halo? Yo, same exact thing. I pay for Paramount Plus to watch Halo, then forgot I had the subscription. Then every once in a while I go in to watch the new South Park, because I still love South Park. And, I mean, South Park's great. But I never went back. I never went back. I haven't seen it, by judging by the trailer, it's a 2 out of 10. Never watched it / will watch it out of 10. Yeah. Let me just tell you right up, okay? Before we jump into this, they didn't use the Halo story. They didn't use the Halo sound effects. Despite that, Chief has never shown his face inside of the games, and everyone's still been riveted by the characters. For some reason, they thought, well, human psychology is different on TV. So they have a completely different voice, which is okay. That one's on the fence. And they show his face constantly. So they didn't do these two things. They changed the enemy designs of the Covenant. They included a human girl leading the Covenant. Chief made sweet, passionate love to this human girl outside of his armor. I feel like that we would have let that slide if he did that in the armor, just because that's hilarious. But he did it with outside the armor. Oh, and Chief showed his butt. He showed his booty hole. He showed his master cheeks. So here's my problem with that. You have all these things, these games, proving to you the formula works. You have all these iconic things, right? And then they just decide not to do that and do it from scratch. Like, do you understand? Like, the audio thing is the one that is the most important to me. And I'll tell you why right now. The fact that Halo's TV show didn't even use the same audio as the games for, like, the assault rifle or things like that, you have to really understand how insanely stupid that is, okay? Because they need to hire an audio engineer. That's the first thing. They got to hire an audio engineer, maybe a team. And they have to say, here's this weapon. Make a sound for it. And they got to go do that, okay? So that audio engineer or team has to go out of their way. They have to go replicate that sound, keep tweaking it back and forth. They could spend maybe a couple days, maybe a week, I don't know, maybe a month. I don't know how that stuff works. But if it's longer than a second, it's costing them an arm and a leg. And all this stuff in Hollywood is unionized. So it's costing them 2 arms and a leg to do this stuff that's already been done. So when you think about the decision-making process of someone who says, hey, here's this thing that works, it's tried and true, it's loved, I need you to go record brand new audio and waste hundreds of thousands of dollars. The show was doomed from the start. I remember episode 1 came out, I listened to it and I went, why would they change that? Same thing with the Covenant. I said, why would you change that? You're just spending money to spend money. on new stuff that's untested. You're stupid. It makes no sense. I remember I had a buddy of mine that said like the first episode was good. I said you're wrong. Like, I don't know what Halo fan you are, but you're wrong. Like, it's just not. What are we talking about? It's, even if I watched it from a non-Halo perspective, it was mid at best. Mid at best. If Breaking Bad is goated, I'm not saying this is good. It's mid at best. Let's be real. It's mid at best. But then as a Halo fan, it's sweet garbage. So yeah, that's the type of person that's the type of team that was making the show. And Microsoft, what is your problem with Halo? Like, you have a franchise that is so popular, it literally made your console be a thing. Like, the Xbox is a thing because of Halo, okay? And the 360 was a juggernaut because of Halo 3. And for whatever reason, post 360, Microsoft's just like, how much can we mess with this property to make it the worst thing ever, the lamest thing ever? Where a brand new team like Splitgate 2 is getting so much hype because people are like, I just need someone to compete with Halo because Halo's not doing anything. My goodness. I don't know what Microsoft's problem is. I really, really, really don't. It makes no sense to me. Anyways, let's read this article. Let's pray Microsoft is not turning to EA. I mean, they just bought like half of all the gaming companies. You might be right, though. You might be right. But let's pray it doesn't. Variety says in this article by Joe Otterson, fantastic name, Halo canceled after 2 seasons at Paramount Plus, given 2 seasons too many, in my opinion. The live-action Halo series has been canceled at Paramount Plus, Variety has learned. The big-budget series, based on the popular Xbox video game franchise, aired 2 seasons at the streaming service. And real quick, just to the people being like, you can't do the same as the game. The Mandalorian, for season 1, he never shows his face, ever, until the last episode. But it wasn't even necessary. And he was awesome, okay? The type of human playing the game and thinking Chief is awesome is that same type of human watching the show who will think Chief is awesome. Like, you have to understand, the medium doesn't change how you perceive another person on the screen, because you only see Chief do things, because it's a first-person game, you only see him do things in cutscenes, which would be like literally synonymous with a TV show. So if it's cool in a cutscene, it'll be cool on TV. Last of Us literally was like, oh yeah, let's just copy it. Let's just really honor the game. And it does amazingly well. The Mario movie comes out, copies the entire aesthetic of Mario. There's no story in Mario, but so they copy the aesthetic 1-to-1. It does insanely well. Fallout comes out, copies the aesthetic. Everything does insanely well. It's almost like the entire thing has been tried and true and tested with millions of people and has stood the test of time for a decade, multiple decades. And some guy and corporate team is like, let's change it. Ah! Hold on, we got to do the smile. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Oh, I'm losing it. Let's make a show about John Halo. Indeed. Indeed. It just bothers me because, like, the reason this bothers me so much, chat, is because I've worked in corporate environments, and there's a lot of people in these corporate environments who really love the thing that they're working on and want it to succeed. But then there's all these people above them, the middle managers, the management, like the leads, essentially, who are the stupidest, most overpaid, stupid morons I've ever run into. They're the most, like, selfish individuals ever. They don't care about humanity. They don't care about, entertaining people. They care about collecting a paycheck. Like, it depresses me. They're just bullies. Like, they don't care about anything other than just making money. And here you have this runaway thing that would make so many people happy. you have a way to save money, because there's so many people who are suffering in the world, and you just have like people who can. You don't need to spend hundreds of millions of dollars when the work has been 90% done in the games, and you're just wasting all that income. Like, wouldn't it have been better if you just made the show based off the game, saved a ton of money, and then that same money you would have burned, you just gave back to society? If you're just thinking about burning money and redoing audio effects, redoing entire concept arts and all that stuff, wouldn't it not be better to just do the games for season 1? Exactly. Reuse everything. And then give that same money that you're going to burn off of stupid stuff and just give it to things that matter. That's why it bothers me so much. These people are horrible people. And it's like, yeah, people, I know there's a lot of the community who looks at this stuff and goes like, you're taking this too seriously. It's like, you're only looking at the surface level. This is a bad Halo show. You're not thinking about the millions, the tens of millions of dollars wasted, the years of people's lives and effort wasted that could have gone to something else. It's like, if this was my business and I had $100 million, I would much rather spend $10 million to make an accurate show for fans and then grow the show from there, and then spend the rest of that money helping humanity out, versus spending $100 million on my stupid idea of what I think the fans want. Like, the fans told me already. That's why it bothers me so much. It's very frustrating. Anyways, the show originally debuted in 2022, while the second season aired between February and March of 2024. Paramount Plus can confirm Halo will not move forward with the third season on the service. The streamer said in a statement, "We are extremely proud of this ambitious series and would like to thank our partners at Xbox 343 and Amblin Television, with the showrunner and executive producer David Wiener." You're a wiener. His fellow executive producers, the entire cast led by Pablo Schreiber as Master Chief, and the amazing crew for all their outstanding work. We wish everyone the best going forward. According to an individual with knowledge of the situation, at Xbox, Amblin TV, and 343 Industries will try to shop the series to other outlets. You failed on Paramount Plus with one of the biggest game properties in the world. Let me tell you something, 343, something y'all just don't seem to understand. All these other tech companies, they make decisions based off data. Netflix, Amazon, Disney. Maybe Disney not so much, but the other two, definitely. They're tech companies. The data shows you're not getting a season 3. You failed with the biggest video game property on the most random streaming service. It's not going anywhere. It's dead. It might be rebooted, but definitely not with the same leadership. Those tech companies are not stupid. As much as people want to believe that they're stupid, they're data driven. There's a reason they're giant behemoths. They ain't doing it. It's dead in the water. I'll tell you what. Yeah, it's getting toxic here. All right. We deeply appreciate the fans who propelled the Halo series to be a global... What? We deeply appreciate the millions of fans who propelled the Halo series to be a global success, and we remain committed to broadening the Halo universe in different ways in the future. 343 Industry set. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? 343. Who are you talking to? Who? I think someone in this room was possessed by an owl. Who? Bruh, 343 says, quote, "We deeply appreciate the millions of fans who propelled Halo series to be a global success. It got canceled. What is success to you? Is success a huge juggernaut video game franchise being put out in a free-to-play environment and still failing to games made by Bungie 30 years later, 20 years later? Is that success to you too? We remain committed to broadening the Halo universe in different ways in the future." Stop. Don't do it. You can't do it. You've never done it. No one's tattooing the didact on their bicep. No one's doing that. They're tattooing the Arbiter and Chief. It's not your Chief design. Stop. Goose, relax. We are grateful to Amblin and Paramount for their partnership in bringing our expansive sci-fi universe to viewers around the world. That's corporate speak. I also hate that. I also hate corporate speak with a passion. I hate it so much with a passion. Oh my God. So many moments I've had in corporate environments where I'm slacked a question. It's just like, hey, like I remember being slacked by senior developers at the companies I worked at. They'd be like, yeah, hey, how do I run this code? And I would be like, you have to talk to them in a corporate way. So you can't just be like, brother, what is wrong with you? Run the code. Are you stupid? You can't do that in a corporate environment because then you're seen as toxic. Even though a senior developer just asked me how to run code with a README in it, with comments in the code that tell you exactly how to run it. So you just had to do one giant control F, with a program.cs, like, a public static void main. It's right there. It's like if you ever programmed for 2 seconds of your friggin' life, then you should know how this works. But on your title, it says senior software developer. And yet, because I'm in a corporate environment, I can't just say, brother, you're lost. You should be fired. You have no place here. You're garbage. How are you asking this as a senior software developer that people are struggling to get that title because of the political climate of stupid corporate environments where you can never move up because of all the stupid snakes in the stupid company that don't care about making money in the company and providing value to customers. They just want to get ahead and make more money for themselves. I can't say that in a corporate environment. No! I gotta say, well, as per the last response that I sent to you, you'll find a file called program.cs. Inside of there, you'll see a public static void main, and that's where the program would execute. You see, yes, if you'd like, we can schedule a remote call that will cost thousands of dollars per hour because of our salaries, and we can go through that with you, which is basic level stuff people learned in their first year of university. All right, sorry, I lost it there. Trauma has indeed kicked in. Trauma kicked in. Hope you guys clipped that so I could see that in the future. I need to see what I just, because those last 5 minutes was just a blur to me. It was just a blur to me. Anyways, Pablo Schreier starred in the series as the iconic Master Chief John 117, a genetically enhanced super soldier, part of an elite group known as the Spartans. So that's one for you guys to learn. As the series begins, humanity is fighting a bloody war in the 26th century with the Covenant, a group of various alien races united under a shared religious fanaticism. They want the ring to go to the other side, you see, but the ring kills them, so kills everything to make food for the flood. Actually, to starve the flood. Apologies. You see, because the flood just can't be stopped, and once the flood is released, it'll eat everything. So the halos were basically a way to kill all of life form in the universe, and then the flood would starve because there was nothing to eat. So, anyways, the cast of the series included Natasha McElhone, Jen Taylor, Bokeem Woodbine, Shaban Azmi, Natasha Kolzak, Olive Gray. Those are just 2 different colors. Yernan Ha, Bentley Kalu, Kate Kennedy, Charlie Murphy. Oh, rest in peace. And Danny Sapani. I don't think it's that Charlie Murphy. Kyle Killen and Stephen Kane developed a series for television. Both were also executive producers and showrunners on the series in Season 1. David Weiner was named showrunner and executive producer for Season 2. Steven Spielberg, Justin Frank, and Daryl Falvey also executive produced via Amblin Television. Oh yeah, Amblin is Steven Spielberg's company, right? Because Amblin was his first movie he ever made. Huh. Series was produced by Showtime in association with 343 Industries along with Amblin TV. It's fantastic. Thus ends the long and arduous road for the live-action adaptation of the games. Halo was originally intended to be adapted as a movie as early as 2005, with Neil Blomkamp attached to direct at one point. But of course that couldn't happen because it just makes sense. It just makes sense. Everybody loved his shorts. It just makes sense. The project eventually morphed into... Oh, I just read that. Oh, yeah, it probably eventually morphed into a TV series, but it would still be nearly 10 more years before it was finally made to air. If your show is taking 20 years to make, I think it's probably a leadership issue, right? I'm thinking like the people managing the project. So that's it. The Halo TV show is canceled, and that is proof there is a God. And again, I hope everyone who worked on the Halo TV show has a fantastic time. I'm sure they did incredible work, minus the management. 1,000, handshakes, Goose handshakes to them. I hope they're feeling beautiful and goose-tastic. I want nothing but the best for those people. It's the people leading them that I really despise. They're just a waste of space, and they bother me. They're giant bullies. They waste money, and I just don't like it. I don't like it. All right, let me read your chats because I did get wild there. I did get wild. Benny AC with a... Dude, you okay? I'm losing it, Benny. Benny Wheelie Goose, come on, mate. Gotta be a team player. Benny AC, I think he's reliving a moment from Hey, It's Your Girl Jess. Also, Jess. Welcome. We'd love to have you here. Someone call a doctor. He's lost his mind. The trauma kicking in. Goose, you're smelling toast. We learned today Goose has trauma from corporate. No wonder why he hates corporate peeps with all the money, no brain. Yeah. I hate corporations with a giant passion. Because here's the thing with corporations, okay? Here's the thing with corporations. A business... Don't listen to anybody else on the internet. Actually, go ahead. I don't care. But here's the thing. A business is supposed to give society value. Could be anything. Could be making socks. It could be making services. It could be filing your taxes. It could be, making potpourri. If it provides value, the business succeeds. When it becomes a corporation, now they're getting money from outside influences because they become public. Thus, a corporation. So it's the stocks and all that stuff. Once it's become public like that, you have all of this money coming from outside sources, and then you also have decision makers who just want to see the money go up. They don't care about value because they don't see value and money as the same thing. They think money, and they just want money to go up. Which, if you even think about it for 1 iota of a second, just 1 iota of a second, you will understand at some point the money can't go up because people have no money. So you're stupid. And in a corporate environment, because they're not bringing value and they only care about the money, the people working in the corporate environment, the people who go up and get promoted in a corporate environment, are the stupidest people ever because they're the snakes. They're the snakes. They're the people who will take credit for all of your work. They're the people who will talk crap behind your back. The people who will take your private conversations and share them with your managers or your directors or whatever so that you don't have a chance to grow. The people who won't let you be real. The people you have to talk to in a corporate way because otherwise they'll screen cap it and send it, take you down a notch because they want to get ahead to make more money for themselves because they don't care about value either. They just want to get more money. And then thus the company doesn't make more money, and then that's how you see these companies become obsolete. That's what's happening in the world. It could be pushing out approving a PR of untested code like CrowdStrike. Yo, that CrowdStrike thing is wild. That CrowdStrike thing is wild. Is it not? Yo, that CrowdStrike thing is insane. It's actually insane. Really quick. What is the Peter Princel Slimy Roast? I need to know. I want to know. I bequeath you Slimy _roast of House Roast I bequeath the Peter principle. Share it with us. Here. Yeah, the camera really makes the red pop out, I feel like, in my eyes. Oh, Pumpkin Pluto. You're just in time. You're beautiful, you're goose-tastic. We'd love to have you here. Cameraman, if you don't play the air horn right... Should I ban cameraman? Be honest. Slimy, you gotta tell us the Peter principle. Should I just look it up? Should I just look it up? Is that what I should do, Slimy? Slimy, a little rascal. Oh, I actually just started Googling slimy roast. Okay, hold on. We got some stuff here. Slimy says, when someone is really good at their specific job and they get promoted into a job they're no longer competent at because their job description has changed. Yeah, that does happen too. But then again, that's because like management at these corporate companies are like insanely stupid. They're like, this guy's a rock star engineer. Let's hire him to be a people person. They just don't understand. But yet in corporate environments, they make managers usually are paid more than top tier, definitely engineers, but top tier engineers, it's not too far off. Usually management is paid more. So it's a thing people want to go for to get more money. Because it's like, of course, money changes behavior. So if I make the incentive of like, you want to get paid more money, the ultimate place that you want to get to keep promoting yourself up to is management. Makes no sense. It's two completely different tracks. Management is more people. There's project management, then there's like people management. It's like it's a completely different thing. It's like, you like the zooms, eh? Guess what? I like first time chatters. Pumpkin Pluto, what's up, man? I love your YouTube videos. Guess what, Pumpkin Pluto? I love you! Cameraman! I love you! That's why I'm going to give you this smile. We can do that now. All right, first time chat from Kip Zeneca. Best viewers on star. Hold on. How do I spell that? Kip Zeneca? Is it just www.star.com? Is it .eu? Don't leave us in the dust now. Don't leave us in the dust. Where are the best viewers? I thought the Goslings were the best viewers. Guys, am I having a midlife crisis or something? Something happening to me? I feel like a switch flipped. You know, like the bear. What was that quote from the bear? It flipped a switch, right?
My name is Carmen.
Oh, it's 7 minutes?
I always thought my brother was my best friend, and I think that flipped this switch in me where I was like, okay, fuck.
Whoa, we don't swear here, Carmen from the bear. We don't swear here. The chat does have delay. I think it's because the new thingy thing. The new I gotta tweak it. First off, real quick, before I jump into the next topic, do we like the layout, the new camera stuff? We're fans of it? We like it? I've worked very hard. But if it's not good, I gotta know. I want it to look beautiful for y'all. I want y'all to feel beautiful, and I want it to look beautiful. I'm a very aesthetic person. I like aesthetics. Looks good? I like it. I don't even know what Digital Extreme Event is. It's like a PC thing. It's just like a Red Bull thing. Extreme Red Bull. Real quick, chat. Let me just gargle this water down. Now you guys can see in HD when I mess up my water like that. This episode sponsored by Coca-Cola. If you don't drink Coca-Cola, you're trash. No, I'm kidding. Please sponsor us, Coca-Cola. Sponsor us. I want to quickly swap over to... oh, it's a development studio? They worked on Unreal. Oh, the Soul Frame stuff. Interesting. Yeah, I already sold out. Have you guys realized that all my YouTube videos, okay, we just hit over 11. I don't know why I say we. It's just me. 11 million views on the main channel. The second channel is over, I think we're near 2 million views. And the Twitch stream, we've been going live for 7 months straight. We haven't missed a week. I have not done one ad integration. Can we just let that sit? I've not done one yet. I'm trying to make it so... I'm just trying to be a good content creator. I'm trying, but at the same time, I gotta figure it out. I gotta figure it out. But yeah, I'm trying to make... I just want to make great content, you know? There's been so many people messaging me about sponsorship stuff, and it's just like, here's this body pillow. And I'm like, bro, have you seen my channel? In what world would a anime body pillow work on my channel? Is that something y'all want? Should we sponsor it on the stream? This episode brought to you in part by anime body pillows. They're cozier than they look. Okay, really quick, let's just do a quick icebreaker before we do the Xbox 360 tier list, because I really want to finish this. I want to finish it! I want to share a fun fact. I saw this article, I just want to share it with you guys. Okay? What I'm about to share with you, right here. What I'm about to share with you is, okay, these are the longest running, sorry, let me say it again. These are the top 10 longest running video game franchises of all time. And they kind of blew my mind. Number 10, Dragon Slayer. I never even heard about Dragon Slayer. It's been out for 38 years. Is that not insane? Galaxian, 39 years. That's just part of like the Galaga stuff. Coming at number 8, Nobunaga's Ambition. I've never even heard of this. It's by Koei Tecmo. Number 7, this one's surprising to me. Bomberman is 40 years old. Isn't that insane to think about? Video games are 40 years old. Isn't that wild? Coming at number 6, Wizardry, 42 years old. Never heard of it, ever. Number 5, you definitely heard this one, Pac-Man, at 42 years old in 1 month by Namco. Ah, Pac-Man, I had no idea you were that old, but guess who's older? Coming in number 4, Donkey Kong, 42 years, 7 months by Nintendo. That's right, it came out in 1981. But Mario is older. Mario comes in at number 3, first releasing on Donkey Kong as well. It says 42 years, 10 months, which is interesting because it's like the same thing for Donkey Kong and Mario. So I'm curious how that pans out. Maybe they like showcased it just a little bit earlier. Interesting. Coming at number 2, the Oregon Trail. You guys remember Oregon Trail? Died of dysentery. 42 years, 11 months. Insane. But the oldest and longest running video game franchise of all time, Space Invaders. 45 years and 1 month. First game, Space Invaders, June 1978. That's insane. Did any of these surprise you? Chat, be honest. Did they surprise you? I had no idea. Like, Wolfenstein is number 11. And yeah, Microsoft Flight Simulator, 37 years. I didn't know it was that old. When you think Zelda, I feel like you think like 10 years ago was like Link to the Past. But it's 37 years old. Chat, my mind's been blown. My mind has been blown. What's A-Train? I just think of like the Boys guy. Oh, it's like a train simulator. Wow. It's a lot lamer than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be like some The Boys type of thing. It was just train simulator. All right, here we are, chat, where we always end up. Oh, boy. Here we are, you little rascals. Let's continue our thingy. Let's continue our thingy, our journey into the infinite depths of the Xbox 360 thingy. All right. Chat, We're continuing to rank every 360 game ever. I have this dream, okay, chat? And you guys are going to be a part of this dream because you guys are beautiful and you guys helped me do this. I want to make the longest tier list on YouTube ever. I think that is stupidly funny. We're talking like 10 hours, okay? Because I've been editing this every week to make a YouTube video of ranking every Xbox 360 game ever, and it's already like 3 hours. So by the time we're done, it's probably going to be close to 10 hours. And I think that's hilarious. And I want you guys to be a part of this, to be part of history. No one's ever done it before. No one. We're going to be the first. Everybody else thinks that we were stupid. They're laughing. Who's laughing now? Corporate. Corporate's laughing. Ghostbusters, the game. This one was good. This was actually a good game. It's a B. It's a B. Wolverine, we haven't done it yet. We haven't done it yet, I don't think. I know people love the Wolverine. I know. But I'm not... It's all right. Okay? It's fun. But it's like, you know? Fight Night Champion. I didn't play it, but Fight Night Round 3 was freaking incredible. Do you guys remember when Fight Night Round 3 came out on the Xbox 360? What the heck? It's not S. Do we do A, Fight Night Round 3? Because I remember when Fight Night Round 3 came out on the Xbox 360, and like the thing that they were showing was A, the graphics looked incredible. Like no one had seen graphics like that in a fighting game. But really, Fight Night Round 3, it was the sweat. You guys remember the sweat? The sweat drippings would go on the face. That was brand new. We're talking 2006 here, okay? 2006, we got sweat drippings in Fight Night Round 3, and when you like landed a really strong punch, boom, the sweat would go flying. His like teeth would like with his mouth guard, spit, speckles, all that stuff. It was incredible. Man. You imagine? I feel like that doesn't happen anymore because all that stuff's been like built, but like it's not new anymore. These new tech breakthroughs. You know what? I'll actually say it's a B. Like, yeah, it was pretty cool for the time, but I don't think it holds up as well. I don't know, actually. I think Fight Night Round 3 was pretty fun. I'm going to give it an A. I kind of want to check it out. I kind of want to play it. Fight Night Round 4. Did not play it. Is this just like Final Fantasy 13? Just on its own? Or is this like one of the expansions? I thought it was boring. Final Fantasy 13 to me, boring. I'm going to put it in D. Am I toxic? Maybe. Just didn't hit me. I love the character designs. There's no way I was finishing the game. I kept trying. I even bought every game. I think I have every Final Fantasy 13 part. This 12, the MMO, didn't play it. It's like back in the day when you needed to get your parents' credit card because you didn't have a credit card. That was the same problem I had with World of Warcraft, where I couldn't get a subscription. Like, how am I going to convince my parents to give me their credit card when they're already struggling? Hey, give me your credit card so I can not go outside and be one with the world and instead spend my time in a fictional digital world talking to people I'll never meet who could just be grown men being disgusting. I'm just saying. King of Fighters or Fist of the North Star, whatever. Didn't play it. Didn't play. No. God, they made a lot of these. No. Forza Motorsport 2 is like my favorite Forza Motorsport. I feel like they actually tried to make Forza Motorsport 2 an actual game. I honestly do. Like, now I feel like the Forza Motorsports that we get are these, like... What's the word where there's no character? Is it sanitized? I think it's what I'm trying to say is sanitized. Like, they just feel like this over-sanitized product of, like, car porn, but, like, in a very, like, low-key, like, no character. There's no... It's just... It's weird. It's weird. And it doesn't feel like a fun game. It's just, like, you race in a circle. But in Forza 2, it felt like a game, and then they created the auction house with, like, the paint system that has become, like, a staple in every Forza game. I loved Forza Motorsport 2. I don't really like racing sim games, so if one can get my attention, It's pretty good. And Forza Motorsport 2 definitely did. Horizon 2. Here's the thing with the Horizon games. I'm going to put it in B. And I'm also going to put the other... I actually think the first Horizon is a better one from my memory. Here's the thing with the Horizon games. They look beautiful, but they're boring. They're just boring. Even the new Forza Horizon 4 or 5, they look incredible. They're gorgeous. They're boring as a game, and then they're covered in a billion unlocks, which are unlocked in like the weirdest way ever. They're unlocked in a way that's like you're just gamifying what is a boring game rather than just make the game fun and then have the unlocks on top as a cherry on top. It feels like the game is like a foundation of nothing, of just like, hey, you move a car, you make these jumps. And then on top of that is like a bunch of like gamified practices. You know, like, hey, you know, you got close to this car, so you get all this XP bonus. Or, hey, you have car affinity, but you got to do it for like a billion different car brands. I personally just never thought that was interesting. Usually what happens with Forza Horizon games is I play it for like 10 minutes. And then I just get insanely bored. Danny the GFP says, Horizon 3, Australia was great fun. 4 was UK and was so cleaner. But 5 was in Mexico, so boring. Oh, so clever. Not clean. I took a wild shot there and missed. Dude, I think they're great. It's just, for whatever reason, the gameplay just never... They're definitely better than the Motorsports. Definitely better than the Motorsports. That's for sure. I really want them to do a Japan one. I would love if they did a Horizon Underground, like Need for Speed Underground. I'm in. I'm in. Like Flynn. Forza 3. I buy them all. I literally have like a billion behind me in the shelf. Same thing with 4. So I just find them boring. Boring. Well-made games, but boring. Fracture, I remember being stupid but fun. I don't want to go too far because I did not beat the game. But I remember being, because like one you would like lower land and then one you would raise land. That was the Fracture. But I remember being fun. But also like one of those like B tier like AA games. And I don't even know if the company is still alive. So that's what it's going to get. Front Mission Evolved. Did not play. Frontline Fuels of War. This one was actually kind of fun. From what I remember, this one had, like, I guess a frontline is what you call it. And you would just, like, it was a multiplayer game, so you just kind of push each other forward and back on this giant map. And you try to take over as much as you can pushing forward of the front line, whereas the other team would try to push it back. And it was just, like, really cool game of tug of war. It wasn't incredible, but it was fun for what it was. Dan JP says, imagine a Forza Japan with the neon lights in Tokyo and the rain stunning. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We all want it. I don't know. Do you guys not find this weird with video game companies where I feel like fans say stuff in plain open sight in the public? They'll say, we want an HD 3D Pokemon. We want that. No one listens. Some guy and 2 friends make it the ghettoest way possible, and it's a worldwide sensation. Forza, forever, we've been saying we want it in Japan. They don't make it. We've been saying forever we want more Halo ODST. While it's not the same game, Helldivers 2 comes out, giant phenomenon, right? We've been saying Assassin's Creed forever. You should make a Black Flag 2. Like, continue on the story of these characters through the gameplay that we loved. And yet they don't do it. And then wait 10 years and they come out with Skull and Bones and it's a completely different thing. It's just like, well, that's not what we asked. Why are you doing something different? We've been saying Assassin's Creed in Japan. Thankfully, they're doing that. We will see how that pans out. But it's just, I find it very funny how video game companies have an audience, like a target audience, that constantly tells them what they want. And they ignore it. Like, they just choose to ignore it. Can you imagine if like every Apple user was like, oh, I really want a calculator app that I could write on it with my little pen and it will create mathematics and it will do the math for me with AI. Like, no one's doing that. They're just buying phones. So Apple has to, like, come up with brand new ideas every year to, like, make it fresh, make it beautiful, or whatever. But video game companies, it's like, yeah, we're all just screaming. Make an HD Pokemon! Make Forza Horizon in Japan! Make a classic Halo game! I don't know. That last one might have just been for me. It's just weird. It's very, very strange. I don't know why they choose to ignore companies. Fuel. I remember Fuel being fun. It's made by the Dirt guys. I remember liking it. I feel like my brain's telling me it reminded me a lot of remember Motorstorm on the PS3? That's what my brain's thinking of right now. You know what else my brain is thinking of? Right after the stream, I have to go edit this entire 3-hour stream within like 3 hours, and then I got to go drive down to a different province, because again, we have provinces over here. Okay, I got to drive to a different province, and yeah, I'm very tired. And so I'm not looking forward to speedrunning this. I'm not looking forward to it. But you know what I am looking forward to? This was a launch title from memory. A launch title on the Xbox 360. Yo, let me straight up tell you, full auto is a freaking A. If you don't know what full auto is, okay, they stopped making games like this. I don't know why they stopped making games like this. I love these silly games, but full auto is a racing games. Full auto is a racing game where your car has guns. Like you were a 007 Bond car, essentially. Like you got like little machine guns. You can see here a little bit. You got like miniguns right on the top of your car. And you would drive and shoot each other. It was like awesome. I want to say it was a launch title. If not a launch title, it was super, super close. I remember getting it. And it's like, yeah, I never played Carmageddon, but I feel like from memory, it feels pretty similar. Twisted Metal, like that type of stuff. Like, why do we not have these type of car games? I feel like that would be awesome in the Mad Max universe. I'm just saying. But to be fair to these types of games, I will say, as much as I think they're awesome and fun, and I actually think this one has a lot more potential than something like Twisted Metal, because it's more like, this one's closed, so it's like you do the races. You actually do the lap races, and you can shoot each other. So it's much more like Burnout with guns than an open world Twisted Metal. But to be fair, they have made a few Twisted Metals, and they haven't done super well. So maybe just nobody likes these games. But I think it'd be fun to try this. I think it'd be fun to try this. See, this is my problem with video games. AAA games, big games like these, they're too expensive to test. They're too expensive to test. Meaning, if I want to see if this game will do well, I have to build up a team. I have to develop an entire game. I have to build a minimum 8 to 10 hour game, a multiplayer probably, all this stuff, and then release it and then pray. Pray to the heavens. I can do some market research, sure, but pretty much that's what I'm doing. I'm praying to the heavens. That's just like not the case in content creation. Content creation has many avenues of tests. You know, tweets. I could tweet something, and if it pops off, people like it. People like that idea. Make a short form video. Does it pop again? Oh, it did. Did it pop on all platforms? TikTok, Instagram, YouTube? Oh, it did. Let's make a long form video. Let's test it out. You know, like you can test every step of the way with the least amount of risk. It's a smart risk mitigation. And I don't think video games have that. You can make an indie game, sure, but the indie games are still pretty long. Very long. Just feels like there's a missing thing there. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe old Goose is crazy. Fuse, you guys remember this? It was okay. It was made by one Insomniac before they made Sunset Overdrive, if I recall. It was Insomniac's first game on the Xbox 360 from memory, and it had like a muted third-person shooter thing. They were going for like a Gears of War type of thing. I don't think it did well. And after that, they did Sunset Overdrive, which was phenomenal, but did not do well either. Shout out if you played Sunset Overdrive, okay? Sunset Overdrive, I would love a sequel to Sunset Overdrive. I think we learned today that old Goose might be a wee bit crazy. Chat, all I have to say is this. That took so long to get right. I was like trying so hard. Cameraman, don't blink. Don't try to undo your chain. I mean, your chair. Also, Jukato X in the chat. Think I missed you? No, sir. You're beautiful in Goose Castle. There it is. There it is. Fusion Frenzy! Oh! Not as good as Fusion Frenzy on the Xbox. Not as good. I'll say this. Here's my thing with Fusion Frenzy. This one's a C, okay? The first one is a B. Yeah, the first one's probably a B. Close to A, but a B. Here's the thing with Fusion Frenzy, okay? I know everybody wants Fusion Frenzy to come back to life. I get it. You want a nice party game. Fusion Frenzy was a good time. Fusion Frenzy 2 came out, and I bet you none of you even knew it came out. But it did, and it didn't do super well because they stopped making them. The target audience that wants to play Fusion Frenzy, okay? I'm talking the people that actually buy the game and make money. I'm not talking about y'all with your weed pillows, okay? Y'all ain't buying it. Y'all are pirating it. Y'all are disgusting. I'm just kidding. The target audience who wants a Fusion Frenzy game is... they want like a Mario aesthetic, like a Mario Party. There's a reason those kiddie games like work so well. Yeah, like that kiddie game aesthetic. And I feel like Fusion Frenzy has this weird, grimy, neon-y vibe. It's like too much. You know what I mean? Like if I go to play Mario Party at a family event, you'll get a wide range of people who will jump in. It just looks accessible. People could play it. If I do a Fusion Frenzy, for sure, a good chunk of those people are like, ew, I'm not touching that. It looks weird. Aesthetics matter for the target audience. It matters. It matters. I'm just saying, bring Fusion Frenzy back. Just make it a little bit more kiddie. Also, here's the thing. You have Banjo, you have Conker, you have Blinks the frickin' Time Sweeper. Use any one of your mascots, okay? This message is for Microsoft. Microsoft, use any one of the mascots you have. Like I said, Blinks, Banjo, Conker, now Spyro, now Crash. Use any one of them and create a party game. Just copy Nintendo's formula. It will do well for you, okay? Stop trying to think. It's not your thing. Okay, stop. It hasn't worked with Halo, so I don't feel confident about your thinking. As the TV show, I don't feel confident about the way you handle things when you think. Stop thinking. Okay? Nintendo showed you. You take your mascots, you make a party game, you make a tennis game, you make a golf game, you make a kart game. I mean, it worked for Crash. Just keep doing it. But use all of your mascots. Okay? Make them all in a unified world. If you, Microsoft, if you came out with a new Spyro and you made it so Banjo-Kazooie and their universe and Crash's universe, they were all living in the same universe and they could all talk to each other, similar to how Mario can see Donkey Kong, Yoshi, Peach, Wario, all that stuff, right? No one's complaining. And the people who are complaining about that, they don't have jobs. So they're not purchasing any games. Take all your platformers, Microsoft, put them together in a giant world, start creating games for a younger demographic. You'll also get a lot of us gamers to play it. And, you know, I just want to play Banjo Party, Conker Party, Spyro Party, Crash Party. You know, it's not rocket science, right, chat? Like, I feel like any of these would work. And yet, they make, it's like, G.I. Joe, Rise of Cobra, did not play. I don't know what this is. I know some of y'all have played it. You don't need to tell me. I know one person's played it. I don't know why. I don't know what this is, but judging by the cover, it's been played by someone. That's for sure. That's for sure. Gears of War freaking 2. OMG. Gears of War 2, I did not like as much as Gears of War, so it is not an S for me. Gears of War 2, I thought the story was darker. The multiplayer was the same. I don't remember feeling anything different. Had a couple of good... I know it brought Horde. I was never a huge fan of Horde. My heart says Gears of War 2 is an A, but my brain says it has to be an S as well. But I don't like Gears 2 as much as Gears 1 or other Gears. Gears 2 Online was the tippy top for you? Pooh Radley? You little rascal? Is it because of Horde mode? Because Horde mode, here's the thing. You got to give Gears 2 its flowers because it created Horde mode, or at least popularized it, to the fact where now people just call it Horde mode when it's a reference to Gears of War's fighting the Horde. Like, it was that. It came from Gears of War 2. And it was super popular. I remember playing it back in the day with the boys. And I remember the first Horde mode we tried to do, I want to say it was on Insane or whatever. Whatever it was like 4 hours in. We still hadn't gone through all 50 waves. Fantastic, right? Okay. Oh, also they had Dizzy with the hat, and that was pretty awesome. It's S, but it's not as good. It's not as good as... I'm going to put it here. That's tentative. Gears 2 here on S is tentative. It's tentative. But this next one. Gears of War 3. My God. That's just me. That's just me. I love Gears of War 3 so freaking much. To me, Gears 3 is almost like a perfect game. And what's really interesting about Gears of War 3 is it was delayed by like 6 or 7 months. I think it was originally supposed to come out April, and it came out in September. Someone do the math. It's like 4 or 5 months. And all of a sudden, it was the first Gears of War game that had a bunch of Easter eggs, like a ridiculous amount of Easter eggs. And I would go ahead and say that Gears of War 3 was the most polished Gears of War. It was almost like the game was already finished for April, but they had to make a few small touches, and they gave it some extra time, they being Epic Games, gave it some extra time to just add Easter eggs, polish, and what came out was one of the greatest games I've ever played. Gears of War 3 feels phenomenal to play to this day. The story mode concludes the entire story in a phenomenal way. Also, the lighting engine that Epic used for what is, I think it was like Unreal Engine 3.5 or something like that, the lighting in this game looks incredible. And that must have been the tactic, because all of a sudden the locusts become the lambent, infused with like whatever the yellow stuff was called, I forget, emulsion. And everything just looks phenomenal. They take off the sleeves of the armor for the cogs, so now there's just like muscly arms. They know what they're doing. And yet the story is still powerful. The moment when Dom dies to Mad World, phenomenal. The multiplayer, phenomenal. Horde mode was, I want to say it was like the best version of Horde. I would say is Gears 3's Horde mode. Didn't they also have Beast mode? I feel like this game came out with Beast mode where you could be the inverse, right? You could be the Locust trying to take down the Cog. I feel like that's what it was. It's either that or Judgment had it. But either way, also Gears of War 3 completely figured out all the unlocks and stuff for weapons and stuff. I remember the achievement system. Like, they learned so much from Call of Duty and took all that stuff, put it in Gears 3. They added Team Deathmatch mode, which I think, to be perfectly honest, it's like good for casuals, but I think Team Deathmatch in Gears of War it's not good. It's like, I wish they went the route of Counter-Strike, where Counter-Strike doubled down on what Counter-Strike is. You can play custom like stuff to play Team Deathmatch, but it's really a search and destroy type of game mode. Attack and defend thing. And I always thought Gears of War would play best as an attack and defend type multiplayer mode. For whatever reason, they just never do. Like, a bomb mode in Gears of War with a cover system, to me, feels like it would be a phenomenal. And yet, I don't know why they never do it. But yeah, Gears of War 3, absolutely incredible gem of a game. And I've always been curious of that little extra delay they got from April to September, how much it really affected the game. Because all of a sudden, honestly, Gears 1, spectacular. Gears 2, great. But Gears 3, like, the polish on that game was amazing. Also, Ice-T's in it, and he does like the middle finger. It's a good time. Gears of War 3. Can't say enough good things about Gears of War 3. I want it back. Here's something that bothers me though. They have backwards compatibility on the Xbox Series X, and there's always some nerds in the Twitter sphere being like, Xbox has got backwards compatibility. That's what they say. It's kind of a weird thing to spell out in a tweet, but they say it. It runs like dog water on the Xbox backwards compatibility. I don't know why not enough people are complaining about this. Microsoft, Xbox, people who play these games, can we all come together and start complaining about how a bunch of the backwards compatibility games that are being marketed to be backwards compatibility actually run like dog water in backwards compatibility, including one of your amazing first-party games, Gears of War 3? Try playing Gears of War 3 on Xbox backwards compatibility on the Series X. It just stutters constantly. It feels so bad, and there's no options to shut anything off because the Xbox Series X is doing stuff on top of it, of the original game, to make it look better, run better, and maybe that stuff is getting in the way. I don't know, but there's no toggles for me to shut it off to see if it will run better or worse. It's just, it sucks. I don't want to pull out my Xbox 360 just to play Gears of War 3. Just for one game, it seems lame. Like if you're marketing backwards compatibility, I feel like backwards compatibility should work. No? Yes? No? Chat, am I crazy? I don't think so, chat. How many tangents have I had this stream, chat? Like, we are losing it. Gears of War Judgment is a B. Gears of War Judgment is not a bad game. For whatever reason, the internet thinks Gears of War Judgment is a bad game. You're wrong. It's not. It controls really, really well. The problem with Gears of War Judgment is they changed the controls to be more like Call of Duty. It's not the same Gears of War controls for whatever reason. I mean, I think we know why they did that. It's silly. But they had great stuff. Like the Markza was introduced in Gears of War Judgment, which is like a kind of pseudo-sniper. And it's still in new Gears titles today. It's a fantastic weapon. I love using it. It came from that. The whole idea of the way it was written as like a court case in the campaign, starring Baird, it's a great idea. I think it's a phenomenal idea. And I honestly got to give Gears of War Judgment and the team who wrote that like phenomenal round of applause for effectively trying to make story interesting in video games. A lot of people don't. They just straight up write a novel, put it in video games, but then the game's open, so then you forget everything that you're doing, and then you need a refresh, and it's like, it doesn't really play to the strengths of video games. This tried to do something different. I think that was really cool. It's just, they changed up everything in the controls. They made it focus way too much on team deathmatch, and it just didn't feel as good from a multiplayer perspective. That's pretty much it. And I'll be honest, I think Gears of War Judgment's biggest problem for me was there's just Gears fatigue. I think it came out very soon after Gears of War 3, and you just can't do that when you come out with something like a Gears of War 3. Same thing with a Halo 3. Like, you just can't come out that fast. People need time to breathe. You effectively have given us a giant steak, okay? And when you eat a giant, delicious steak, it tastes amazing the entire time, but then you have this big steak in your stomach and you are satiated for a while. And I feel like a lot of game companies don't understand that. You've given us a steak. We're full. We don't need that for a long time until we digested it. Once it's digested and we're hungry again, then you come out with a new thing. If you just spam like, hey, Gears of War 3 came out, here's this giant steak, and now we're going to give you this little Happy Meal from McDonald's, Gears of War Judgment, I'm like, brother, ew. Brother, ew! I just ate a steak! I'm not hungry! You're sick! You're sick! Not happening! Come on, video game companies. Come on! Oh, Halo Wars. I want to put Halo Wars in A. That's my bias at play. I mean, S. I love Halo Wars so much. I used to play the multiplayer so freaking much. I played the Prophet. I would freaking rush and I would spam the little Hammer of Dawn beam. I don't know what it was, but it was awesome. It was freaking awesome. Everything about Halo Wars is amazing. For whatever reason, Halo Wars 2 did not hit me the same way, and I haven't played them close enough to each other to see what the differences are really in my brain. I'd actually be curious if like anybody knew the differences off the top of their heads, but for whatever reason, Halo Wars, man. That's what you do with your property, man. You take Halo, you put it in RTS, you give it to the very talented Ensemble Studio, which is like they've been shuttered since then, and you make an RTS for consoles, and you keep a controller in mind. You don't just try to make a console RTS. You make an RTS for consoles. It's a difference. And they had this new paint technique where you would hold down the A button to select all your units, because you obviously can't do the drag select that you can on PC with RTS games. Fan-freaking-tastic. What a beautiful idea, and all the bases just being like specific slots you can choose. Fantastic idea. They made so many great design decisions, and then like hot swapping between all your different things on the D-pad. So if I want to go back to my base, I press the D-pad button. I forget which one it was, down, left, right, whatever. So good. And let us not forget all units. Local units. How many times have we spammed those buttons? All units. Local units. All units. Local units. We all did it. It's wonderful. It's like right up there with like Zug Zug. Jikato X gets it, man. Jikato, you freaking get it, you little rascal. All units. Work. All those things are so good. Yes, my lord. I can do that. Job's done. I think I'm missing up the races. Never played any Harry Potter game. I honestly didn't even know they made that many. I never played a single one. Even Hogwarts Legacy, which I hear is good. I would like to play it, haven't played it. I would like to play it, haven't played it. I would like to play it, haven't played it. Family Game Night, haven't played it. Heroes Over Europe, haven't played it. Golden Axe, I like this one. Whoa, I just lost Golden Axe. Uh-oh. Okay, it's found it. C. I enjoyed it, but it is what it is. C. Golden Compass, did not play it. Golden Eye Reloaded. What? What is this, chat? 007 Golden Eye Reloaded. What? They just remade GoldenEye, but with Daniel Craig?
Let's go.
And this is in the Call of Duty engine. Man, there's so much of Call of Duty, it's actually wild.
Alec, are you there? Alec?
What? I have zero memory of this. Hold. Judging by the gameplay, it looks kind of mid. What do the comments say? My dad used to... Bro. Your dad? You struggle to find out how to beat the missions. I miss you, Dad. Oh, he just hit me with the double whammy. First off, he made me feel old. Second off, condolences. Call of Duty GoldenEye, definitely. As a kid, this was the first shooter my parents... Why are these the comments? It's not that old. It's not 2010. What are we talking about here? This makes me uncomfortable. Had this on the Wii. Good times. The N64 was more than way better. Nice. I didn't play it, clearly, but wow. This one was interesting idea. Didn't like it. Gotham City Imposters. You know what's funny? I've never played episodes of Liberty City. Never. Ballad of Gay Tony, Lost in the Dam. I think I played 2 seconds of Lost in the Dam. It was like the same thing I said about Gears of War. I ate a steak that was GTA 4, and just didn't need more. I was good. Now, this is a re-release of San Andreas, so I'm going to give it an A, not an S. San Andreas is an S, but because it's a re-release. High School Musical Dance 3. Chad, I know you played it. What the heck is this? Grand Theft Auto 4 San Andreas? What? No, that's not a real thing. That's a lie. I should play them. We could play them on stream. We got to do some more stream games. Honestly, this Xbox 360 tier list is much larger than I thought it would be. Much larger. We're getting there, chat. What have I gotten myself into? What have I gotten myself into? We might have to put this on like a little bit of a pause so that we can like... I know. There's so many. There's so many. And it's not only that, but I have to edit them all. It takes a long time. Freaking... I don't know what Gray Matter is. Never played that. Greed Corp. Did not like it, actually. That's a D. I'll be honest. GTA 5. I love GTA 5. I think GTA 5 is a fantastic game. Does anyone have any complaints on GTA 5? I think it's right there. I love GTA 5. I think it's fantastic. The online is whatever, but I never went to GTA for the online. I know it's a lot better now. Did not like Grid. Actually, I didn't play this one. Oh no, actually Grid was pretty sick. Grid was pretty sick. Codemasters again. Grid was pretty sick. Won't lie. Yeah, I do own Grand Theft Auto 5 more times than I care to share. A few more than I care to share. What the smokes is this? What is this? I didn't play it. Aerosmith, didn't play it. Smash Hits, didn't play it. Metallica. I own Metallica. Because I love Metallica songs. D. And the reason Guitar Hero Metallica is D, I think the gameplay of Guitar Hero Metallica is good, but the way they sort tracks in Metallica is like abysmal. Normally when you play Guitar Hero, it's sorted by like how difficult it is to play. And it's actually progressed very well. So if you like pick, you know, if you start Guitar Hero 2 or 3 and you play on hard, you start at the very beginning and you work your way up, by the time you get back down and you restart it and repeat the cycle, if you were to go an expert, you'd actually do decently well. Like, it really teaches you well. And for whatever reason, Guitar Hero Metallica, it was, like, sorted horribly. And Guitar Hero Metallica, I'd play a game that felt like it was in the easy section. It said it was easy, and then I'd be, like, dying on hard mode. I used to play expert, too, but now, since I haven't played in a long time, like, these aren't... My little fingies, my fingies, chat, they're not as fast. I don't have fast fingies. Look how slow that is. Call that fast? Those aren't fast fingies. Those are slow fingies. F's in the chat for the fingies. Don't say that, Benny. Benny, don't say that. Benny. They made a Guitar Hero 5? Jeez, Bobby freaking Kotick. Just murdering it. I love Guitar Hero 3. Phenomenal. I loved it. But let's be real. The GOAT. The GOAT. The GOAT. Boom. Guitar Hero 2 is freaking phenomenal. Again, we said it last week, but like they need to make a Guitar Hero game now that Microsoft owns the IP. Literally make it a subscription game for Game Pass. If you have Game Pass, you get to play Guitar Hero 2 and you get all the songs for free. It's the only way those types of games could ever work. Make that a thing. All of a sudden, anyone can play Guitar Hero. You just go to the store, you buy one guitar, don't sell it as a bundle, make the game completely free on Game Pass, make it so I need Game Pass. You'll find a lot of people are going to just get Game Pass for this one music game, this one party game they can have with their friends, and then they're going to buy one single guitar, not an overpriced piece of plastic for $130. We're talking $50 for a simple guitar. We plug it in, probably wireless. I don't know why I said plug it in. Repeat Guitar Hero 2. Same thing. Keep it simple. Let people have fun party games. I think that would just be such a juggernaut on Game Pass. And it'd be the first Game Pass game. In the sense that it's like, it's not meant to be a box product. It's not meant to be bought digitally. It will never be bought digitally. I would never do it. It has to be played on Game Pass. The only way that makes sense for this type of game. Because you want all the songs. People buying it piecemeal, it just deters people from getting it. You know? It deters people. All right, we're getting to the Halos. That's gonna be a whole chat. You remember how emotional I got when we talked about the TV show? We don't have time for emotional. Gun. It's a C. Let's be honest. People give it a lot of credit because it was like before Red Dead Redemption, and we're all hungry for Western games. But for some reason, only one company decides to make Western games. Gun made one. It was not bad. It was like a launch title for the 360. It's not bad. Let's be real. It's not bad. It's not phenomenal. It's not bad. We all just want exactly Mr. Danny Lemon. It was decent. We all just want Western games. We love Westerns. We want to like give Clint Eastwood a big old hug. We want to say how do you do? Okay? Good, the Bad, the Ugly was an incredible movie. Should all go watch it. Still holds up even after 50 years. 70 years now? 50 years? 60 years. We want it. But we're going to have to leave this tier list here. I can't do a Halo with you guys right now. It'll get too emotional. It'll get too emotional, chat. I don't think you guys could take it. I don't think you could. Chat, you know what I'm thinking about doing? You know what I'm thinking about doing? Chipotle Bear in the chat. My goodness. Chipotle, you never have to apologize. Beautiful, you're goose-tastic. Beautiful and goose-tastic. Yeah, you've all had enough Halo for today. I was thinking, you guys let me know what you think about this. I was thinking, when I finally release the I Played Every Blizzard game, which, for the love of God, these frickin' videos take forever to make. This one's like an hour long. I'm trying to make it shorter. Man, I hate that I'm making it, but I love that I'm making it. But I hate that I'm making it. It's taking too long, but I love that I'm making it. It's going to be a great video. Anyways, I was thinking on the day that that video comes out, I always release my videos Saturday at 10 a.m. I was thinking, because we do our stream at 9 a.m., what if on stream day, we played every single Blizzard game on stream? Like we do like 30 minutes per game. Or we do something where it's like, when I die, I swap a Blizzard game. I'll get all the machines here. I have most of them on PC. I have a couple on like Super Nintendo. I'll put them all here. I'll hot swap it. That could be fun. And we do like a full day stream. You know what I'm saying? Not like a 3-hour stream. I'm talking full day. It's never been done. That was the most wholesome way of saying that. That would be the silliest thing you ever did. Let's do it. And maybe we make it into like a subathon type of thing, because maybe we figure out something to actually get this live stream monetized. It's so silly. I literally have everything I need to be monetized, minus enough stream days. So I might have to throw a couple night streams in there, get monetized, then do this a subathon, and then we go to the moon. We go to the moon as goslings, as creators, as lovers of premium content, as lovers of video games, as heralds of what's to come, as Canadians and friends of Canadians. It's an idea. So you guys like it. Is there anyone out there who says, I'm not watching, and it would be like, I feel like it would be 8 hours minimum. 8 hours of streaming Blizzard games. We'll start from the bottom. Same thing as the video, except this would be like more like, obviously we play it all. In the video, I have to cut it all, so it fits the story. But on a stream, we just vibe. We just vibe. God, this camera, it's so crisp. It's so HD. I'm not used to it. Just again, for reference. I'm used to this. Hold on. Are you ready? I'm looking at you in HD, and then I've gained the power of blink. Did I change things? Yeah, I think I'd do that. And then, yeah, Benny, you can just come watch a little bit. Like, I'm not expecting everybody to watch 8 hours. 8 hours is insane. But, I mean, some of us could watch it. I've never even streamed longer than 3 hours, so I have no idea how that would go. I'm a little nervous, if I'm being completely honest. Also, I'm thinking about doing streaming to multiple platforms. YouTube, Twitch, obviously. Twitch is the main. Twitch is the W for us in the streaming. We have grown Twitch family. We are a Twitch family. But streaming on the second channel on YouTube, and then maybe X or Twitter as the inverse for Elon. Does that sound interesting? Might do it. Might give it the old college try. I feel like it could be work, but I also really like the idea of having everyone on Twitch. I just feel like that's where people go for live streams. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wild. I've never done the multi-stream. I know some people who do it, but I've never given it the old college try yet. It costs money. I think it's like $140 a month. It ain't cheap. I know you can do it like at the same time, but my internet could not handle it because it's all like wireless pretty much. I have a mesh network, but yeah, I think I'd have to use a product or a service. It's about $140. 140 buckaroos. 140. Chat, what a beautiful, fantastic Goose Morning we've had today. Honestly, I'm touched. Sponge Aim, you little rascal. Hello, Mr. Streamer. Hello to you, Sponge Aim. You're beautifully goose-tastic. We love to have you here, Sponge Aim. We always do. Cameraman. Got a new camera just for you, Sponge Aim. Just for you. Just for you. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Madness. Absolute madness. All right, chat. I think that we're going to stop it there. It's been a fabulous, beautiful stream. I got to go run over to the other province. But first, I got to do some clips first. So, let's hype up everyone who is gracious enough to give us a beautiful follow, a beautiful how do you do, a beautiful everything. I mean, you're just beautiful. Chat, let's set up the bangers. Here we go. I want to give a special shout out to Hey Boat. Shout out to Hey Boat. Boom! Kaz Lux, shout out to you. Sashuri, Real Mamoy, Ali Boy 199, Clown Prink, Rish Lanth 2312, where y'all get your names? Nando Danny, Cobb 2720, Coney, Literally Flammable, A7 Medch, Willie Hall, SM Boking, Mr. Ferrerigiel, Kazay, Emmanuel Smill, Janet with the follow, all of you guys. Oh! We got Wako, Jocko Down Under, Rarest Sword with the follow, Rust Player 245 with the follow, Pumpkin Pluto with the follow, Mr. Danny Lemon in the chat, World Map in the chat, Benny AC, Hey It's Your Girl Jess, Chipotle Bear, Bacon, Who Radley. I didn't see Hashaw, but you know I'm gonna give Hashaw props. Hashaw! My goodness. How the heck? Oh, what a wonderful frickin' stream. Jacato X, I see you. Give him one. Jacato X, Danny the GFP. Boom, give him one. Let's not forget the GOAT, the OG, Slimy _ Roast. Here we go. My goodness, Kurdish _ Soldier. Everybody's getting one today. Everyone. You're all beautiful. You're all goose-tastic. I really hope you guys like the new layout, the new camera. I put a ton of time and effort into it. I know it looks simple or small or whatever, simple or whatever. I mixed those two words together. Just trying to say both. I even coded. I haven't coded in a while. Look at that clock. JavaScript. Isn't that wild? Did that for y'all. Hope you're all having a beautiful rest of your day. I will see you guys next week. I gotta go rush and do some stuff. Thank you all so much for joining all of us this Goose Morning Live, and I will see you all next week. Because you're all beautiful. Right? All right. There it is. Have a fantastic rest of your week, chat. 07's in the chat. You guys are beautiful. You make me so happy. And now we go to the brand new wait/end screen. Bye, everyone. Fantastic weekend. I will see you all next week. And, yeah, I'm hyped. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.